we start?
Episode 5.
I gotta get something off my chest. Why is it that every week, we started off strong, then we have one particular person that didn't come on last week because I forgot why, and
You forgot
now
why.
this week we
He
have
never
another
said why.
one.
We never asked him.
Yeah, but this is the thing that kills me, right? And I think it falls back more of that traditional way of doing things. It's very easy to say, "Hey guys, can't make it for whatever. Or my dog ate my homework or whatever," right? But not to speak all week in chats or spot or not even talk at as much on the day of the podcast, and then all of a sudden come up with the excuses that you can't go online because you're with a child or with something else, and I don't get it. What are your opinion, my fellow podcasters here?
He doesn't want to do the podcast.
Yeah, I think that's what it
No.
really is.
Right. And I know that's the answer, right? But how easy is it to say, like, dude, it's not for me. But then he goes ahead and buys a camera, goes ahead and buys certain things to be on a podcast.
I have a theory.
Go ahead.
Let's hear it.
He's afraid of Miguel. He's afraid of
No,
him
I don't think so.
intellectually challenging him while live on stream.
calling him out.
That
That's my theory. I'm sticking to it.
he has listen. If you ask him who wins every argument, in his mind, there's no doubt he's won every argument we've ever had between each other. I promise you, he thinks he's always beaten me in every single argument, debate, or anything. I guarantee you, he thinks that he's beaten me in every single one of them.
Right.
He has the most irrational confidence. He is, like, there's no way he thinks that I've ever beaten him in an argument.
Right.
Except for when it's about your mom.
He probably still thinks he made sense of that prophet story.
Oh God, dude, that was forever ago. We should like print
Do a
that out
recap,
and frame it.
But I think for the
Was that
millions-
eBay? Yeah, I forget
No,
what
it
the
was
fuck you guys were
iPhone.
talking.
It was trading in iPhones.
Oh,
He
Eddie.
said.
you got a center.
Oh my bad.
There you go.
So he is a just call this a podcast about him because it always is.
Well, I mean, it's
He's a
little
perpetual
roasting.
upgrader. He's a perpetual upgrader, right? Every year he's got to upgrade his iPhone. He used to do like everything, like
Well,
the
hold on.
MacBook, iPhone.
Don't say that because he's gonna say I didn't upgrade this year.
Yeah, I know. But in the past, historically, he was. Every new iPhone, he immediately upgraded.
He reverted the last video card upgrade. He sold it.
Yeah, but he.
So anyway,
It's
he was saying for him,
dead air.
it's a free upgrade. I said, how's it a free upgrade? Oh, because I'm selling my old one. So it doesn't cost me any money. I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't cost you any money? He was saying that if it pays for what he has remaining on the payments, then he made money, it's profit. If it pays for the balance of his payments. And I'm like, how is that profit? Did you pay more than you sold it for? Did you sell it for more than you paid for? Well, no, but I covered my payments that were remaining. So I'm like, but that's not what profit is. And we never could explain to him what profit was, that it's cost versus income. He would just be like, well, I only owed $400. If I sell it for $800, I made a $400 profit. Like, that's not profit because the phone still costs $1,200. So it's not profit.
I was about to say, what was the price of a new phone versus the cost of the old phone?
It's the same price. So usually what the
Yeah.
carriers do is, right,
Yeah.
if you're gonna upgrade, right, they'll do this bullshit thing, right, which would be, hey, buy the new iPhone, right? We're gonna give you $1,000 for your phone, but you still owe like $400 or $500 off of it, right? And you just carry that over to the cost, and they'll
Hey, there he
discount.
is.
they'll discount the current phone that you have, the newer phone that they're going to discount as credits. But yeah, that's not a profit. I mean, that's just really crazy. Like, let me buy something for the same price I bought it last year, and I'm gonna sell it because I owe $300, but I'm gonna get $400 back, and that's a profit.
I hear kilometer barking.
Kilometer.
Fucking stupid. Get out of here, that dumb ass joke.
I actually don't get it.
My
His
dog's
dog's name is Miles.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I forgot your dog's name. That's why I was like, wait, what is it? What's his dog's name again? Like, I can't get this joke right now.
Kilometer, that's why.
Every time I say, he just rolls his eyes. It's like, you're a dick. No more kilometers.
So
Well,
my
One of the
dessert,
things.
my dessert's here, guys.
Is that better?
We're gonna have.
It's better.
This is like a big back Fridays for me because like these are the days I get to pick out. So what dessert we're gonna?
Well,
have
these are the
today?
days you admit to picking out.
No, I don't. And reality is during the week. Honestly, during the week, I've been slimming down. I lost like another 5 pounds. I just been really trying to like. I stopped even drinking soda. Like I've been drinking like shitload of water.
So I found, because I get bored just drinking water. Seltzer for me, it's like
Yeah.
having
This goes
beers.
with
It's like
me
having
everywhere.
soda. Is that the Bluetooth one?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. It tells him if he's not drinking that
It still
much.
works, or is that a new
Well,
one?
this
It's a
is
new
my old one lasted, and again, I use it every single day. It lasted for about 3 years, and then the puck, because this is the puck.
Mhm.
That's the puck. That's the bottom of it, and it lights up, so this whole piece is like transparent, so it glows. To, hey asshole, you're not drinking your fucking water today, so drink me. So it lasted for about 3 years, and then I was having an issue where it was plugged in and it was getting really fucking hot, like scorching hot. And I'm like, okay,
Maybe it was a
and
firmware upgrade that
that's
allowed you
gonna
to
be
heat
a
up your
fucking
drinks.
fire hazard. So that thing's toast.
You didn't hear him,
Too
did you?
soon. Too
Yeah.
soon.
Firmware update.
Fucking firmware update.
All right, I'm done with our counterpart. Supposedly he'll be here next week. We'll see if that's true or not.
He said that
Oh,
last week.
hold on,
too,
wait,
didn't he?
hold on, guys. I think it's great to announce that I got my 580.
Where's the
5080.
box?
Why do you do
Show
that
it.
all the time?
His AMD 580, the RX 580.
I don't know where the box is. Hold on.
How do you know where the box is?
Oh, there it is. Hold on. It's underneath the box. Hold on. Here it is.
Oh, look at that. Look at that hardware porn. Look at that. He has a stiffy on camera, folks. Look at that.
What was the
We don't
Fire
talk.
damage.
We don't talk about that.
I see someone behind you.
What
They're
What do you
spying
mean we
on
don't talk
you.
about that?
Who's
That'd be the
spying on
overpay.
you? Wait,
No, but
was
he
it?
didn't get. He
That a
didn't buy
cupcake?
the
It
scalper.
was no, I didn't get a scalper. It was 1400.
Oh,
After
oh,
tax.
that means
Oh
the
no, after
girl's
tax
listening.
was
You didn't
like
wanna tell her-
it was
let her know
like
the price.
it was close to 1500, like 480 something. It came out.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, think about the my 3080 Ti is worth about $600 right now, so I'm gonna capitalize on that and sell it. I have and I have it in the box and everything. So it's not the fact that I have the whole freaking thing. I kept it on purpose. It's like, yeah, maybe one day I'll sell this shit. And
I never keep any boxes anymore. I
Yeah,
always say I always keep them, and then I'm like, why do I have these fucking boxes? I just throw them out later.
Oh, I miss EVGA. I wish they didn't get out of the video card business.
well, I mean, I can tell you one thing. My video card is actually now 35 Celsius running normally versus
If you think about it, they really got out of the business too early, right? They're like, oh, the margins aren't there, blah 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 blah.
no,
Nvidia's
they
eating
got
all the
pissed off.
margins.
No, they got pissed off with Nvidia. Nvidia
Right,
pissed
but
them off.
think about it. They got pissed off because Nvidia was like taking all the margins on theirs, but now it's like all the all the third parties are jumping up their prices. So they have more margins now. So EVGA really jumped off the ship a little too early.
I see what you're saying. Wow, look, David's like walking us down.
Whoa,
to-
whoa. Are we going to the Rusty Chambers in the
It's like
basement?
I'm watching a horror movie.
I saw this once. The white guy didn't make it in the end.
guys can't handle Rusty.
Oh, we got a prop. He just walked in. Look at him, Marcus.
Every week we get less and less professional. We got fucking
What do
paranormal
we
activity
got
in
for
one
dinner?
corner.
What's it delivery? What do we get? What we eating?
Food. Taco Bell.
Look at it, folks. There's our DoorDash. He's walking in the living room now. He's inspecting his food. He's doing a quality control check.
We really are the fucking Smedium channel.
Why? Yeah. Why is it that everybody keeps eating on fucking stream? I don't understand. What's going on?
Why don't we just start a
I do
food
this
channel?
Stream at my normal dinner time.
Maybe
Jesus.
we
Your
should.
normal dinner time is
At
9
o'clock?
p.m.
Yes.
I ate when I got
Wanna know
home at
why?
7,
'Cause fuck you. That's why.
and I ordered pizza.
Alright.
Well, hold on,
Alright,
hold on,
Smedium.
hold on. Last time just maybe about an hour ago, we were on WhatsApp, right, on video call.
Yeah.
You had a McDonald's bag upstairs. Are you doing a Yoel now?
No, first of all, I'm not going to show you how depraved I am, but I got McDonald's cups and bags and all that shit everywhere. I literally come home.
Why?
You're collectors. You're collecting. You're
No,
collecting shit.
you have to understand. I come home, I eat, and then I'm usually traveling to my girl's house. So I just accumulated a collection because I haven't had time to clean shit up.
Yeah, maybe it's time to invest in some cleaners, dude. Miguel, you look like so pixelated. Like
He
I
looks
feel
like Mario Kart on an HD TV.
Well, I can't help it. It looks good on my screen. What the fuck you want? Just too good looking for the damn.
you know
fucking
what it
stream.
is. It must be that OnlyFans that he has going in the other room.
I wish I would be on this fucking podcast. I was making OnlyFans money.
No, it's no. The new one is Only Feet.
Only
Just take-
the
You
Oh,
post pictures of your feet.
Feet Finder.
Feet Finder. There it is.
Only
Nobody
feet.
wants- nobody wants to
Is
see-
it?
nobody
Is
wants
it
to see
only?
my ogre feet?
I'm kind of curious. Is Only Feet a legit thing? Hold on.
No,
Yeah.
well, I remember seeing constantly they were pushing like people to post on like feet pics, Feet Finder or some shit like that.
No, Only
I don't
Feet is a thing. Fuck
Of
me.
course it is. Come on.
Oh wait, it's onlyfeet.fr. So it's French.
So real quick, right? Going back to the video card. So let me tell you the quick story. So you know that my brother, he opted, right? So I had my video card delivered to my house. And my brother's like, why are you doing that? I'm like, because I'm being lazy. I don't want to go to the store to go pick it up. And he's like, I went to the store because it's secure and that way he's gonna get there faster. I'm like, okay. I got my video card a day before. And
You got his like 3 days later.
no. So during the day, I was chatting with Miguel, and I was telling Miguel, and he didn't do it. I was like, I got my brother and say, hey, so did you pick up the video card? And it was like 3:00 in the afternoon or something. He still hasn't gotten the alert that the video card was available. He talked to the chat, right? He went through the chat and asked them what's going on. They said basically, if the video card doesn't arrive between now or March 6th, they're gonna cancel the order. So now
March
he was
6th?
yeah.
What the fuck?
So he was freaking out. ASMR with Dave. He was freaking out, right? And then like all
Put
of a
it where it
sudden,
doesn't belong.
At 8:00, I think it was like around 8:30. No, around 8:30, he calls me and he's like, "They just made it available. I'm gonna go pick it up." It's like he had like 5 minutes to spare before they closed the store. And he was able to go pick up the video card. It must have been a late shipment or something. So he was like really pissed off. And I was gonna say, I felt bad for him because I got FOMO to buy this card because I
You
wasn't
FOMO'd
gonna buy-
yourself.
No.
Yeah, you
I was talking to him. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, the cards are dropping." I'm like, "Why didn't you say anything?" And then I just wanted
David,
to prove to
mute
him.
your mic.
Worst
He-
podcast ever.
And I don't know who else I'm hearing. He's like, ba-da-ding, ba-da-ding, in the background, constantly. I'm hearing a fucking pinging.
Ba-da-ding.
Good lord. I'm just gonna be the producer, just the fucking.
We gotta, this. You know what? You should just change it to the noob show.
The
Fucking
noob
noobs.
show.
Well, I mean, it basically is.
Ah,
We
man,
got,
this is
we
what
got
we
Mr.
do.
Blurry Face over here. We got.
Well, I
Super
can't fix
Crinkler,
that. I don't know what the hell is the problem.
Fucking Mario Kart graphics quality
It's-
over here.
I blame FiOS. All right, I got a goddamn gig connection, and apparently it can't upload a fucking stream.
Dude. But the other
Did you do a
podcasts were
speed test?
fine.
I know. Well, what do you want me to do? I didn't change anything.
What you dialed into AOL, right?
No, Prodigy,
CompuServe. Jesus Christ.
CompuServe.
You're getting
Throwback.
old. Nice. Is that Two Girls, One Cupcake.
Yes.
My Sprinkles. We're gonna call him Mr. Sprinkles.
Mr. Sprinkles.
Well, I didn't buy a video card, but I got the next best thing.
Yeah. So can we this was just out of nowhere, spontaneous buy, or was it you were trying to do something and you just got so pissed off you said fuck it?
Well, I've complained about this in the past, right? I've complained that, man, I have a high memory utilization, and I'm doing video editing. I'll do some stuff in this computer, and then I'll do it on the Mac. And then, I did all the changes on episode 4 on the Mac. What?
No, I was gonna say you dropped like $5 for this, right? 500
for this? No, these were this was a 140 each.
So 140 each.
It was 280 total. Yes,
that's not bad
for 128 gigs. It's not bad. These are the old modules, but they don't make these anymore.
I have those modules.
Maybe you do not have these modules. These are Samsung BDIs. This is DDR4
J-Skill, right?
G-Skill, yeah.
J-Skill. I have G-Skills. I think they're the same ones I have.
You do not have these timings. I know you don't. You probably can't see them.
So, yeah. No, I just read them out because your filtering is killing.
It's 3600 and it's cast latency of 14. So these are kind of rare. But in any case,
and you have now how much?
Well, these were 216s. This was 32 gigs. So now I have 4 32 gig modules in the computer now for 128 gigs. So my biggest problem is I've been playing around with AI, and that shit just fucking kills your PC. So I'm playing around with LM Studio. I'm trying different size AI LLMs, and when you're running those things and it's chewing away with the tokens, it just chews up a bunch of RAM and video memory and everything else. So I'm like, well, I'm tired of constantly bouncing off of my memory utilization and the computer being dog slow. So I said, fuck it. Because the last time I was actually looking at expanding and getting this same exact memory kit previously. I want to say it was sometime last year. And I was thinking about buying it, and I didn't, which I regret because they sold out and they never got any back in stock. Because it's DDR4. Everything is DDR5 now. So
yeah, the only thing is the only thing that I see here is this: by investing another $300 on the machine, that means you're gonna, your upgrading is what, probably another 2 years from now.
So it's maxed at 128 gigs. My thought process is at some point, when I build a new PC for my primary, this will just be my secondary PC.
Oh, be like the streaming.
Yeah. But since it has, sizable resources now, it opens up possibilities for me to use it for other things. Like whether I'm running VMs on it, or I can use it as a secondary PC to mess around with AI models, especially since they're advancing as time goes on. So no matter what, it's going to get used. So at least I max it out. This way, at some point, they're gonna discontinue all DDR4 kits at some point in the near future.
Right.
Because both AMD and Intel have moved on. They don't make DDR4 motherboards anymore. They're all DDR5 now.
When is AM6 going to be released, or just because they released the 9000 series, we have to wait probably next year for AM6 to?
They haven't announced. I mean, they could continue that socket now for, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, just whenever they outgrow the current platform. Because this has been,
but this was this came out on a bumpy ride.
AM5 is still fairly new. It only came out for 7000 series.
No, there's like a 9000 series, isn't it? Like the 99.
Yeah, but 7000 series is only a year old. 9000 just came out. So AM5 is still fairly young. I think you're gonna have a long waiting for AM6. You're probably looking at least a couple more generations.
Don't mean to interrupt the very homosexual conversation going on right now, but how is this entertaining to anybody?
It's more entertaining than listening to you chewing in our fucking ear. I mean,
I haven't been chewing the past 5 minutes, but you guys kept on sucking each other's dicks. So,
well, you missed the anal ring toss party.
Yeah. You're too
I mean,
busy.
Rusty's getting rusty. I'm sorry.
All right, I have to ask then, as Dave is telling us, let's move on. We have a note here, and I have no idea what this is referencing. Is Sam crazy? Is he a genius? What is this talking about?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Who put that there?
That's
Oh my god, I
what
might put my own
it's
note. No,
That's your note.
for. That's your note.
I don't remember why I put it.
And then he asked me about it. What a jackass.
I don't know if it is. I'm like, wait, did I write this? Is this something my?
What a
This is gonna be
jackass.
my.
Sounds like something you would write.
I have no idea what I was referencing when we talked about this.
That might have been some of the conversations going on in the other room. I don't remember.
But I don't see what goes on in that other room, so I don't know. But
I don't know.
Tell me about the Corvette story.
All right, so he messaged earlier, says anybody available tomorrow? I need a ride to Maryland. I'm going to Maryland to look at a brand new Corvette, and he did post a link. I don't want to share that on stream because there's a VIN number, and we don't want anybody
Sniping it.
stream sniping his Corvette, and he gets pissed off at us. But it is the bright orange colored variant. What is that? LT3 model with the Z51 performance package. So that has like the sports brakes. I think it has the bigger rotors. It's got more braking performance. So it's I want to say it's a low key track package. Helps it
Hyper Midlife Crisis Edition. Got it.
Yes. He says I'm actually surprised. He said it's going to be his daily driver. I thought it'd be like a weekend car or something, but he says daily driver.
No, Sam likes to get use out of the things that he freaking buys. There's no freaking weekend use shit at all.
So he's
What
going to
about
use
the
it.
Saturn?
The Saturn because it's freaking. He keeps the Saturn because it's like
It's
shortly after
convertible.
he bought it, the Saturn went away, so it's more like a freaking collector's item for him.
Well, yeah, he just did a bunch of work to it. He took it apart and like ran what was it? A rear
Rear
backup camera.
Yep.
So I'm surprised seeing this, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't think
Keep
he's
my
getting rid
name
of
out
it
your guy's mouth on the podcast.
on the
Yeah.
pod.
No, I'm just imagining.
Oh my God.
It's like, why are you guys talking about me? I'm not even there.
I wouldn't say it's midlife though. He goes through
Phases.
whatever vehicle he's feeling. Like he went through the Jeep, but then like after driving for a Jeep, he got like all the mods to it, so he had like sitting too high, so he felt really unsafe driving. So then he got rid of the Jeep, and
I
He
know
still has it. He still has it. I think he's
I don't
using
think
that as a
I don't
trade-in.
think he sold it yet, did he? Or did he use it as a trade-in for the Cadillac?
No, he still got it.
Yeah.
I don't
He
think
got
has
rid
a
of the
Jeep anymore.
minivan.
I could be wrong, but I don't think he has a Jeep. I've been seeing him drive the Jeep in freaking forever. I don't think he has a Jeep anymore.
Then what
What's
does he
that?
drive?
About the
to go to
RV.
work?
Saturn.
Does he have the RV or the
Yeah, he still has the
camper?
RV. I think he used it at least once a summer.
Well, sounds like when well, only once a summer, really?
Oh, they go like on a weekend trip, or maybe once or twice a summer.
Yeah, I only went the one time with them, and I remember getting eaten alive by fucking bugs.
Yeah, that was crazy that year.
I always like the idea of camping, and then when I do it, I'm like, why do I fucking agree to this? I fucking hate camping.
But you
I think
were in a tent and he was in an air-conditioned RV. So
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really bad.
But it wasn't. That's like sleeping in the tent. I don't really care. It's getting eaten alive, just having a conversation that I fucking hate.
Well, you gotta have the conversation about a campfire. You sit by the campfire, there's no bugs.
Oh, I still get eaten. I have like it's like a superpower to be eaten by mosquitoes wherever I am. It's a gift, you know. We all get gifts in life. That's
Well,
mine.
the question, because I am in the chat, but I almost never check it. Did anybody offer him a ride?
Ed's gonna pick him
Oh,
up
Ed, you're
tomorrow.
gonna take him? That's nice of you.
Did you work out the details, the cost, the hourly rate?
I
The
don't know.
fuel surcharge, the tolls.
I just don't get it. I don't get the logistics.
What's
What
not
do you
to
mean
get?
you don't get the logistics?
All right, so
All right, so you know how much
So-
it costs
so-
to ship
so-
a car
it's like 1,500. It's not. Yeah.
from Maryland? No.
How much is it?
600. It's about 600.
Oh, $600.
Sounds like that's your starting rate.
It now, granted, this is a specialty car, so it could cost a little more. I would expect to pay $1,500 if it was coming from like Florida, like farther away. But this is Maryland. I mean, come on. It's not as far.
It's 3 hours away. So yeah, I said, yeah, no worries. I'm like, whatever. It's pretty cool. I have a buddy of mine that lives out there. I could visit him, say what's up. But yeah, I'm just confused on the logistics on it. That's what I'm asking. I'm like, he says, so you want me to drive all the way down where you live to drive back all the way down my way?
Yeah, it's a bit much.
And then
well, you have to, because if he's going to pick up a car, he's going to drive the car back. He can't drive the car back.
I get that. No, I 100% get that. But listen to my logic. I would have to drive 45 minutes out west, right?
Yeah.
And then drive back 45 minutes east, and then drive another 3 hours south.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it involves. Yeah. What's the confusion?
So I was saying, like, so I was
just meet him at his house.
Yeah, like meet me at his house. So I'm like, I said, meet me at my house, and then screw it. I haven't put miles in my car in like a month or 2 months. Whatever. I need to break it in. I need to take it to the dealership anyway, so I can hit my 12,000 miles on it.
I mean, it only sucks that he's driving it back and the roads are completely salt covered right now, but
that's his problem.
Whatever.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to understand the logistics of it and like the understanding of what is the thought process there, because I feel like the plan is not fully thought it out, right? Like, if for an example, right?
Well, the numbers are not even fully done yet, so
no, right, and it hasn't been done yet. But let's just say theoretically, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to use you, Miguel, for instance, right? I was like, Miguel, I got to drive to where on 8, like you're closer north.
I'm north and you have to go south.
Yeah, south, right? But where I'm going is northwest, right? So it's like closest to you. But I'm asking you to come pick me up so that then you could go back by you to go pick up the car. It's like I'm just trying to figure out where the logistics is happening. Like, I honestly think that either two things: either he gets dropped off at my house, which is probably the logical way to do it, and then we just drive down together. And then when just
tell him, hey, listen, I'll take you, but take an Uber to my house. I don't want to drive to your house to then have to come back.
No. That's what I told him, right? So as I said, get dropped off at my house. Mm-hmm. And then from here we'll go, because I don't want to, like, let's just say we get there, we leave at 8 o'clock in the morning, we get there at 11. By the time the negotiation should be finalized, by the time he walks out with the car, let's just say it's 1 o'clock, right? That means,
are you gonna be waiting for him, or are you just dropping him off and then going?
No, I don't mind waiting for him, bro. If I'm out there, I mean, we just retarded. I hang out there for a little bit, and then we'll do what we got to do, and then we come back, right? We'll follow each other back,
as
then,
as long as he finalizes the numbers now, and then there's no bait and switch where they jack up the numbers or whatever, and he says fuck this, and then he leaves without a car, you have to drive him back. But
I would be so pissed if you're not driving back in your own fucking car. You're dead to me.
But
I did not make
dealers.
I think it would make it 6 hours. Like even for those kind of cars, Jesus Christ, it's annoying.
I would feel like all the paperwork should just be done remotely, get it out of the way, and then.
Well, I mean,
just pick up the car.
It's already 9:30, and I'm pretty sure that dealership is already closed.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll stay open. Those kind of, I think they're selling as Corvette. They'll probably stay open for the commission.
Or it's early in the morning. You can finalize.
My whole thing is that if after driving or going down 3 hours down and then driving back 3 hours back, and if I have to go back all the way west and then drive another 45 minutes back, it's like,
yeah, it's it's a bit much.
Yeah.
Tell him to go have his personal driver take him.
His butler,
I'm
right?
Not available.
What do you mean you're not available?
I'm sure he probably would have reached out to me originally, but
would he? I don't know.
Historically, he would have.
Really? He would say to you, "Come to Jersey and drive."
What I say. Historically, he would have when I was like in Jersey City or even Bethlehem, because both those drives were 45 minutes. Since coming out here, he doesn't reach out to me as much for favors.
Maybe he can ask Doge to take him.
Ed, I'll let you take this.
What?
He responded.
What happened? Did I miss something? Oh, wait.
Sam's watching the stream?
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
That's good.
No. He basically
hate crimes.
Someone he'll get some hard time having been to get dropped off over here.
I'm guessing I'm gonna go on the limb that she doesn't agree to this.
I think so too.
That's just by the way he's talking. She's not.
I'm sorry. This motherfucker just call an Uber. What the fuck is the problem? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Is he like
I
how
mean,
cheap can you fucking be?
A 45-minute Uber from there, probably like 60, 70, maybe $70.
Whatever, you're buying a goddamn Corvette in Maryland. Fucking pay for an Uber. Are we what is this fucking even a conversation? Pay for an Uber to fucking Maryland. No, I need my friends to take me. Stop asking for a handout. Fucking socialist.
Said that he would drive down, and then Ed would have to stay with
Tell us
him
how you really
the
feel.
purchase.
I just asked him if the deal is closed. Right?
I don't think it is. I think by the morning it'll probably be done. It's too late now. It's already past 9:30.
Right.
The dealer sales usually done like around 9, 8 or 9.
If he is saying, "Oh, can one of you guys take me so I don't have to pay a delivery charge?" Bro, for real. Does anybody ask him why he doesn't just get it delivered?
I would.
He just. I think it's more of the whole point of.
I'm
think
curious.
about it,
Did he
right?
get a quote for the shipping? I'm curious.
I don't know.
Why don't we invite him on the pod? Have him on here. I have a lot of questions.
Well, I mean,
I'll let
for
me
somebody to defend
Nah.
Sam here, right? It's not that he won't do these things, right? But he's also reaching out to friends to see if that's an option. So like,
I have no problems.
said in
This
the
is
chat-
like asking your friends to help you move. No, you hire fucking movers. We're not fucking 18 years old now.
but
All right.
It's not physically demanding to give somebody a ride. That's not a fair comparison.
I would rather give someone a ride than help them move.
Right.
know? Yeah. Moving.
Yes.
Moving sucks.
I don't know. You got to sit in that car and talk for 3 hours. All right, have fun.
Yeah. You see.
I
He's
do
gonna
a lot
confirm
of
it tomorrow
driving
morning.
nowadays, so
What's that?
I do a lot of driving nowadays. So a 3-hour drive would really be nothing for me. I would take him. I wouldn't have a problem. I would even hang out with him during the freaking sale. But I'm
What you gonna talk about?
movies tomorrow.
Oh, what movie you gonna
What
go
are you
watch?
The Paddington in Peru.
I heard about that.
I
That's
heard
good.
about it. I heard it's down for video download. I think isn't it? They're renting it.
I don't know.
Just let me take my damn daughter to the freaking movies, you fucking pirate. Jesus fuck.
I don't know what you're talking about. See, this is what I don't understand. A pirate? I'm just saying that it's on video demand. You can get on Comcast.
He's not wearing an eye patch and he doesn't have a peg leg. What are you talking about?
Listen, going to the
Talking about
theater.
pegging,
Well,
you should have had seen the
He's-
conversation I had with him and his girl.
who and who?
Wait, what? What did I miss?
Fucking Ed.
What conversation is this?
When he video chatted me about the computer. When he video chatted me on the computer, he was in bed and his girl was right behind him. It looked like she was pegging him.
Looked
What
like?
you say? What you say?
Did you take a snapshot?
By the way, I think Sam is watching.
What happened?
No, look in Telegram. Yoel's like he's calling you dumb, Ed. That's what he's saying.
Sam is saying that.
It's not a dumb thing. It's just logical questions that I'm asking.
No, it's like you're trying to figure out the logistics of it. Yeah, that's.
It's like, hey guys, I'm buying a car in California. I need someone to drive me, or I like you.
Well,
can
that's
you
a
do me
little
the
different.
favor? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm exaggerating at this point.
California.
But like I'm just trying to understand the logistics
I
behind.
think I'd
it.
rather move. Oh,
In Woke, California, you're buying a Woke car now?
whoa, too soon.
Too
The woke card. So Dave, since we have a nice person watching us, the one that's supposed to help you fix your computer, and
No, I don't
This
think he is.
hold on,
Who is this
he's
again?
He's definitely he's probably watching it. And he was supposed to fix your computer and give you a broken USB.
Well, did you see his response? He said, "Well, I didn't put anything on that USB, so I didn't move anything up." But you saw, I showed you on the
Wait.
video, he had it on the USB drive.
Yeah. So apparently,
it wasn't an empty USB drive.
no. So apparently, Yoel, he created a USB boot disk by just copying the image, the files from the ISO. It transferred it over to the USB, thinking it was gonna boot.
You got a certified pre-owned USB stick.
Yeah.
No, dude, did you hear? So the USB stick did not have the boot records to boot off of there.
He copied it.
Yeah,
he make it bootable.
I mean, what do you expect?
Noob.
See?
Yoel, are you watching it right now?
Moved it up.
You fucking noob.
But I was able to get it, so Windows is installed and everything like that. But I'm an asshole because I have it down here for Windows installed, so I can connect to the Ethernet cable. And then when it was started and everything like that, so I could hurry up and jump on the stream, I took everything upstairs and reconnected everything. But all the drivers and all that shit aren't updated, so now it doesn't recognize my Wi-Fi antenna. So I have to bring it back down here, connect it to the Ethernet cord, and fucking update all the drivers. So which is why I'm on my laptop right now. I did all that shit so I could do this for this stream. And at the fucking last minute, I was like, fuck.
All right. So Dave, what did you learn
And this is
about?
a tech podcast.
Yeah, right.
Is it?
First
Actually,
of all,
I don't know what
it's
this podcast
not.
is.
It's-
I don't know what this podcast is, to be honest.
This is not a
This
tech
is
So
podcast.
why-
podcast.
This is a little bit about everything. But now, David,
This is about
what did you
Smedio.
learn? What do you learn?
Midlife
Wow.
crisis podcast.
What did you learn about fixing computers or
While
or
sipping a
what
big
not
ass glass of
doing,
wine.
or what not doing with your computer?
What I learned is just go ahead and fucking buy a new computer.
Oh, you're like my brother.
That's how I feel about a lot of things.
Yeah, he buys a new car when he gets a flat.
Yeah.
I
little
can't
bit
believe
of-
back in the day I was installing fucking custom ROMs on a phone, Cyanogen mod and shit. Like, I can't imagine doing that shit today. Like
It's
installing
more-
ROMs on a phone. Oh my god, that sounds like a
They
nightmare.
still do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
I'm sure
Yeah,
that.
well-
Assuming
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not gonna fucking do it.
Think about it. You know, when these phone manufacturers stop supporting the phones because they want you to spend money to get a newer
Fucking
phone.
Loser, Miguel. Who the fuck sniffs their wine like that? Fucking bougie.
I was being
fuck.
sarcastic, but
I thought you were like low key, like nobody's paying attention.
no, I was being fucking
I
dramatic.
can smell the
It's
wood.
this fucking like $12 Josh wine. You think it's a fucking?
I can smell the wood.
This was free wine from my sister's 40th birthday party. This is not anything fancy.
Wait, sniff it again. I want to put these sound effects in.
How do you do the test? You put it in your mouth. You go.
I'm not gonna
Like
do this.
mouth-
Sounds disgusting, but yeah, they do
Mouthwash.
that. They do like, yeah, they do.
And then they
Like-
gargle it.
I actually really like that one guy who does it on. I think it's the food, one of the Epicurious, whatever. Andre something. He does like a lot of wine videos. He's a sommelier. He's good. He's really good in really good videos. But I can't stand that shit. And also, I have literally have no sense of smell. So they're like, oh,
So
it's
wait.
pencil shavings, leather,
That's why I
black
said wood.
currant.
I smell the wood.
I'm like, I smell wine. I have no discernment. I cannot.
Happening right now.
I have no palate whatsoever.
Ed, you're on mute.
I think he knows. I don't know what Ed's doing.
What is
Well,
that?
he's-
So
There you
my oldest daughter is actually in a school event right now, and she's in Harvard University, and she was just calling me right now because she finished doing her whatever where the lectures where they were at right now, and she just called me to check in on me. That's why I kind of put myself on mute.
You should have told her you're working right now. Don't call me.
She just hung up on me.
She just hung up on me.
Probably what we're talking about.
Yeah,
We're
so-
talking about wine and wood.
Yeah. So,
Are you guys
so
are you guys wine drinkers, by the way?
I'm not.
Do you guys like wine?
I'm not a fan of wine. The only wine that I actually did like was Canadian ice wine.
For a short time, I
It's expensive
drank
as
a
shit,
couple
though.
different wines and I kind of
Well,
enjoyed it for a little bit. So I thought like, oh, maybe like on occasion I'll drink a bottle of wine, but then like I never followed through, so I haven't had wine in a long time. So
No, the thing is, when I want to have a
enjoy it, though.
casual drink, you have a beer. I don't want to crack open a whole bottle
Exactly.
because then you have to drink a whole. Because I'm going to drink a whole bottle. That's the problem. It's a call of a drinking problem.
Every
I crack
time I
open a
drink
bottle,
it, I
I'm
get a
drinking a
fucking
bottle.
headache.
You don't want it to expire, so you have to drink it, right?
Yeah, wine does give you a headache.
I don't.
That's
That's
the
why
problem.
it
That's
gives
why I
me a
don't
headache.
drink it. That's why I don't drink it. It's too
It's
either.
like, where's the
it-
plus
It's the
side?
his,
the
so it's the
homemade-
histamines.
the homemade wines, like depending, not all of them, but like some of the homemade wines are amazing, and they don't give you a headache. But like shit that you would buy at the store and the cheaper ones.
Look at the guy.
It's
Go ahead.
nonsense.
He was like,
It's
I
all
ain't drinking
nonsense.
no bathtub wine, all right?
Nonsense.
He's drinking a freaking $2 wine.
It's like, you fucking
No,
peasants.
It's
This is,
not. It's not.
don't make fun of my
it's not- it's
Costco
not-
wine.
It's not Trader Joe's wine. It's Josh. Well, you guys don't really drink wine. You're not professional
Fuck is
alcoholics like some of
Josh?
us. Josh is a
You're like
it's
an
California. It's
alcohol
California
concierge.
wine. It's California wine. Pinot Noir.
All right, so I have a question. It's not on the topic list.
Doesn't matter.
And I'm shamelessly ripping this question off of radio that I listened to the other day. So which
Radio.
is more?
What the fuck is radio?
I fucking once again I said
When
I
you-
drive all
when
the
you
time, so I've
live-
been listening to,
when you
Sirius
live-
XM.
When you live
All
out
right.
west, he's still like,
Out
he's still
west.
retro.
He's Eastern PA. He's not
He
even
still
West
pumps his
PA.
own water.
Whatchamacallit,
He has an outhouse.
what's more scandalous?
Yeah.
If you sleep with
Take
your
your shit out.
ex's cousin or you sleep with your ex's hold on. I'm trying to think.
Ex's cousin or keeping it in the
Ex's best
family.
friend. Ex's best friend.
how close are the cousins?
First cousins, so relatively close.
And they like, ooh, those are kind of like pretty fucking even, I would say.
Right.
Pretty evenly scumbaggy.
Right.
Wait,
Yeah,
repeat the
Well, it
question?
depends.
It's more
It depends. Like, how close is it? Is it a cousin that they
Yeah.
would hang out with, or it would be like a cousin? So I got a lot of first cousins that I don't hang out with, and I got maybe 1 or 2 or 3 that I actually do hang out. So it's like you have to be because like you got to.
Oh,
see,
wait.
and then hold on, and then the biggest thing is, what did the ex do to you? Because it all depends, right? Because if the ex
Oh, no,
did some
no,
douchebag thing,
But is it ex best friend or current best friend?
No, so it's your ex-girlfriend,
Yeah.
her best friend.
Still their ooh, that's
Wait, it's
That- I
her
think
let
that's-
me
cousin or
answer
her
this
best
shit. Let
friend?
me answer this shit. Well, let me answer this shit.
I still don't know the question.
So the question is this: Will you bang?
No,
You're-
it's not will you bang. It's which is worse if you do bang.
Oh, I
Your own
think any-
cousin? Like,
Both
what
of them-
the fuck are we
Both
talking
of them
about?
are scumbag moves. Both are
Well,
scumbag moves.
Right.
It's which
But,
is more scumbaggy.
I mean, I think it would be more scumbaggy to be the family, right? Because like, how dare you? That's my blood relatives. Like 50% of my DNA is in her.
50% is a little high, but yeah.
Whatever.
It's 0.4.
0.445.
So there's a
On your
There's a
father's
couple
side.
of interesting point of views when I was listening
All right.
to this. Is one person said it was more scandalous with the cousin because family's forever. So you're gonna see this cousin, like they're gonna pop up at family parties or family reunions. So it's forever gonna be awkward and could even potentially split the entire family because there's gonna be the family that's closer to the cousin, and then there's gonna be the family that's closer to your ex-girlfriend.
But
or
wait,
whatever.
is this you're just a one-time bang revenge, or is like you're not going to have a relationship with this person?
Let's just say it's a one-time bang, right? But like your ex finds out about it. It's public knowledge.
That's whatever. For family, I think
After you
I
say
think-
the douchebag move, it's whatever.
I think that then it's worse the best friend because the family, like, oh, it happens to be the first cousin. Maybe they didn't even that you can say that like, we didn't know. I
No,
think
no,
if
no.
you don't
No,
ever
everybody
bang
knows.
your friends' exes.
Right. So like the other point of view, what somebody said was like, no, it's fucked up to fuck their friend because like they chose the friend. Like you pick your friends.
Yeah.
Family, you're born with them, right? But you pick
Yeah,
your friend.
you're
Like, that's
stuck.
your ride or die. Your friend's not supposed to do this to you, right? So that's
I agree.
that to happen.
I agree.
Yep.
So what do we determine? The best friend is
There's
The
no
best friend is more
determination,
scummy.
It's everybody's opinions, right? Like me
is
and
it?
Miguel are lined
Is
on the
it?
best
I
friend.
mean, think
to be
about
more
it. Like,
scandalous.
but really think about it. Like, all right, imagine you have an ex-girlfriend, right? And like reversing this, and then let's just say like Lewis is my best friend, right? And then, but like my cousin, let's say Dave, you're my cousin, right? Like,
No, use your actual cousin. Would you feel worse if Lewis banged your ex-wife or your cousin banged your ex-wife? Which would be worse for you?
dude, at that point, I feel sorry for them. I mean, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, I guess it makes a difference if you actually care about your ex or not.
She's an ex. Who cares?
I
mean,
But it's
at
like-
times,
It still could be
listen,
weird.
Once
at
again,
times
it's
I
not-
forget. At times, hold on. At times I forget that she exists. I don't have no communication. I don't even have anything to do with that. So it's like, whatever.
that's someone else's bag of crazy that they can
That-
worry about.
That is not
I
my
think-
problem.
I
That's
think
like
the
more
question
like, you
is
know what?
not-
Good for you.
The question is not how you feel about the action, like
Yeah.
right. It's
Oh,
more
yeah.
about- it's more about the fallout.
Perception, the
The perception,
fallout.
the fallout. Like you go home like, cool, right? Awesome. But it's the fallout that's happening to your ex or those around them, right? Like
Oh yeah, I
you
forgot about
fuck
that
your
part.
best friend. Now, cause think about it, best friend. Like it's usually friend groups, right? So now, once again, you fuck your best friend. Now all the other friends know about it and picking and choosing and gossip and all this shit and never being able to trust this individual again. And
I-
the same thing.
that-
Same
that
thing
is-
with the cousin,
that
right?
is-
It's the fallout.
But you're right, and that is right. In that sense, is the best friend because if you have a group of friends and they all hang out together, and one of them is really your close friend, you just broke that shit up. Because at the end of the day, you're not gonna want to hang out with your best friend because it's not gonna be your best friend anymore because it'd be kind of weird, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess you got to think about it like more like which has the more potential to fuck shit up for other people. Not what do you like if you don't care, you don't care, but
I don't think
know.
they're
Yeah, 'cause
equal.
it's
I go
more
with the
like-
ex.
it really depends on every relationship.
It's more like
You're talking about your best friend though. Like
I'll be back.
that's not an option. I don't think.
it's
What's
more like Louis. I mean, let's say Miguel's ex
Damn, is she hot?
comes and
Which
fucks,
one?
fucks Louis.
Wow.
Miguel's
Wow.
ex goes and fucks Louis,
Okay.
and it's like,
Did I
okay,
know about it? Was I conscious?
Yes, you definitely know that was Miguel's ex girlfriend.
Okay.
100%. You knew it. You still fucked her and anything like that.
I hope it's the one at Comic Con.
Now, now the girlfriend's out of the picture, whatever. Doesn't matter. What's the fallout within our friend group? Do we laugh about it? Do we say that's fucked up? Do we try to fucking exile Louis from the friend group?
Hold on. So this is the way I look at it, right?
Oh, this is your best friend's ex?
Yeah.
Oh,
No. The question is, Louis. I need you to listen.
you haven't re-explained it. I've been asking for 5 minutes. I even said in Telegram. What's the fucking question?
The question is, what's more scandalous? If you sleep with your ex's cousin or your ex's best friend?
Oh.
How good of friends were you?
Her cousin or her best friend?
Right.
I guess it. Yeah, it depends on how close the cousin is. I don't know.
Right.
Like
I don't know.
I mean, let's
there's
say
cousins that like you hardly ever
let-
talk to. Like
let's
you
say
don't,
there's
you don't know what's
something-
going on in their life.
since it's a comparison, right? Let's say you have a best friend, but then like your best cousin, like your cousin's also like your best friend. So like let's put them on equal grounds.
See, that changes a lot, right? By having them both equal. But the problem is this, right? First of all, one, if your ex just guys, she broke up with you for whatever reason, there was no cheating involved, there was nothing, no motive, then I don't think that it'll pertain to me to go there. Now, if she would do like a cheating or do something like to the line of like causing a line that she's leaving me for another dude because she wants to do that, man, that's when the gloves come off, bro. And everyone's fair game because what I'll do is I'll do it enough to blow that shit up and just say, peace, I'm done with that shit.
Is there a chance that the ex could join in? Because then things will get weird if it's a cousin. I'm going with the best friend here. Just saying.
I chose to ignore all that conversation.
And he's like, I'm not into incest. So
He's remembering that conversation. He says, I'm not going to get myself in trouble, so I'm not going to say anything. Next.
what is the HP
All right, I have a game
tech
for you
support?
guys.
What is this?
I have a game for you guys. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Oh no, that's my topic.
Oh, yeah, you remembered one. Okay.
Shut up. I'll just say this quick. So there's a thing. HP has deliberately said, if you call in to their call-in tech support, right, on the phone, you have a mandatory 15-minute wait.
Mandatory?
Like even if there's no mandatory, they will make you wait at least 15 minutes because they want to force people to go to their online stuff. So if you call in, even if there's nobody on hold, there's no wait times, they're going to make you wait 15 minutes.
Right, but I'm going to tell you this right now. This is for their non-enterprise people.
Does that fucking matter?
Well,
the fuck am I paying these people for?
HP,
Like, that's just
consumer products.
well,
are
I mean,
pretty shit,
so like if it's
they're
if they
paying
have that-
charging up for ink.
Oh, he's for a printer.
Yeah, fuck you.
For it's HP.
Oh,
HP
yeah.
in general.
No, there's different
computers-
divisions. The printers fucking suck. But yeah.
No, I didn't research that much. I just heard you charge you make a 15-minute wait mandatory. Like why? Because you don't want to pay for help. You don't want to pay for like tech support. It's just being cheap.
I'm reading the article now.
Because
I
now
don't care
HP
about that.
stands for.
While you
mobile
read that,
phone.
I have a game for you guys. It's a drinking game, or it's like a relationship type game. It's called PCND. Pro? PCND. Pro, con, neutral, deal breaker. The way it works is this. You're in a hypothetical relationship. You've been dating for 1 to 2 months. You know, it's the finding out phase. You're still learning about each other. And you learn something about this person. All right. And each person can propose a different, like, hypothetical fact you learned. And then you discuss, you say whether that's a pro, like, oh, that's perfect. I love it. A con, which means like, I don't like it, but it's not a killer, relationship killer. Neutral, I don't give a shit either way. Or deal breaker, like, nah, if I find this out, we're breaking up. It's over. So an example would be, you're dating a girl, you know, it's been a few dates. You're still getting to know each other. And she says, by the way, I'm vegan. What happens then? You're like, you know, maybe if you're a vegan, you're like, pro, that's good. Perfect for me. I don't care. Neutral, whatever. If it's like that, as we started off, like if a girl tells you I'm a vegan, what does that do for you as you're dating her? What do you think about that?
So for me, that's a con, right? Because that limits where we go on dates. That limits what we could do on special occasions, anything like that. And I say it's a con. It's not a deal breaker, but it's a change to my lifestyle up until that point in my life.
What if she's militant vegan, where like she's like, and I want you to stop eating meat too?
That's a deal breaker.
But what if she's perfect every other way, 10 out of 10 looks, right? Amazing in bed, but no more beef. No more beef.
no more beef. Yeah,
she's like, I'm going to handle your beef every day, but you can't eat any more beef.
Nope, deal breaker.
Deal breaker, 100%.
There's always another woman out there that could be hot and could handle your beef every day.
Hell yeah!
Sacrifice who you are.
Fair enough, but you know,
dude, I would never change who I am and what I stand for. Now, you make sacrifices when you have a relationship, right? So, like, there's certain certain things that you will do just because you want to appease the person, but to change who you are as a core. I mean, unless you're an alcoholic, drug addict, or you do something crazy, right? No, why? Like,
but this is the game,
right? No, I get it. I 100% get it. But the thing is that Miguel, you're playing a really good game because there are people that will give stuff up and bend over backwards. Why? Because they probably feel like this is the hottest girl I've ever been with, and I don't want I'm never gonna get someone like this. Like, or this is
Isn't
my
it called
forever girl.
simping?
But this is the way the game is played better is that like you really like this person, you really like, you're really hitting it off, and then this happens. So like, all right,
But you'd
So
find that out
that's-
on the first date, for the most
No,
part.
okay, we're not. But I'm just saying you formed a little bit of an attachment. You have a crush. You really like this person. I know you'd find out about the veganism early,
So-
but
So let's,
I have some follow-up
Let's say there's
questions.
an online flirting, online talking, and everything like that. And now this is the first date. This is when you find out these scenarios.
Was
try. I
she
have-
always vegan, or did she change?
Lewis, you're
that's actually, you know what?
No, that's a very important
actually
question.
Good. That's good because like, okay,
Was
that makes
she
more
always
sense. Like,
vegan, or was this like a lifestyle she chose like 3 years ago after eating
Ooh, that's a
shrooms
good
at
one.
Joshua's tree? I don't know. I had an epiphany.
like, I get what Lewis is saying. Like, now, let's say you're dating somebody for 2 years, and all of a sudden they're like, I'm vegan now. Then
Or was
what?
she, or was she always vegan? 'Cause
Hey,
that means
now-
she's had
now
meat
you're
before.
ruining my game.
Well,
Next question.
Pass.
okay.
Pass.
D&D,
You're dating a girl. Oh, no, I'll let somebody else ask a question. Okay,
So I think of a question.
I have one. If you guys don't have one.
I feel like this is
I have a
something we
list.
should have
I have a
planned
list.
ahead of time. All right,
I have a
let,
list.
let him
I have a
let
list.
him do it. Do it.
All right, no, go.
All right.
You have a list. Go ahead.
Yo, he has it on his phone. So it's
Checking
official.
it twice.
Because I think it's a fun game.
Yep.
So, hates sports.
I'm neutral.
Neutral. I've dated.
Neutral.
Same.
That doesn't bother me.
All right, but every time on Sundays when you're watching football, she's like, "Ugh, you're watching football again."
Well, like you. Okay, so. you
Can
said,
we
like,
go?
she-
Can
Because
we
I can
go
do the
apple
same thing while
picking?
she's watching Real
Can we go?
Housewives.
Can we go pumpkin picking? Can we do something? She always wants to do something on Sundays when it's football Sunday.
All right, so
Do it on Saturday.
let's talk about
Compromise.
this then, right? You say that she hates sports. That means, like, she feels like it cannot be on the TV ever.
Like
can't
your
be
team,
around it.
right? Your team is playing that
It's not her
game,
call.
the
It's my
playoffs.
fucking TV.
It's basically if they win or lose, they're not going to go to the Super Bowl. Last game, like let's make it intense, right? And then it's that game that you want to watch it because you also have money on
Yeah.
that game. But that day she wants to go, like he said, apple picking, pumpkin picking, or do something that,
if
that
it's-
could be
yeah, but
done
if-
any other day.
If it's
But
one
that's the day.
time, okay. But if it's every Sunday, then
No.
she's purposely doing
Okay.
it on purpose, and I'm done. I'm out.
Right. So like there's compromises, right? Like you can't
Yeah.
miss watching a game on
No,
Sunday.
it-
but if
it
she's
happens.
purposely asking to go out and do something because you're wanting to sit down and watch sports, she's like, no, let's go do this then. No, that's being manipulative. That's being
Yeah.
spiteful, vindictive. So like no,
You
like,
know what
that-
I would
That's
say, right?
That becomes a deal breaker right away.
And my girl will confirm with me. You know what I would say? I was like, okay, yeah, why don't you just meet me there? I'll be there when I can. And you could ask her, and she'll know that's exactly what I would do.
I think the problem is we all have too much of a similar mindset that this game is just going to be always the same thing. Like, hey, if they get extreme, break up with them. There's a lot of people who will be like, well,
Well,
you know,
you're
I don't like
right, but
sports
the-
that
but
much. I
this
guess I
is-
can
this
give
is
up
actually a pretty
sports.
good
because it's a scenario,
Yeah.
right? Like
But it's a really good topic
Yeah.
because there's people that are like that. I mean, like, think about the previous relationships that you had, like what you would do for that one girlfriend 10 years, 20 years before, whatever. It's like you would almost break the whole world because you would think your world was crumbling. Like I see some of these people, these kids that are freaking dating, and it's like if we were extreme, they're like a million times more extreme. Yeah,
I think it's always the same. I feel like some people are always like, I will change my entire worldview if somebody likes me. And some people are like, I won't compromise at all. And some people meet in the middle. And
I
also
mean,
dep-
like
and
I
that's what's
said,
good about this
I
game.
would
It depends on the
compromise.
subject, right?
Yeah.
Depends on the
yes,
subject, right?
exactly.
Some people are sport diehards, will absolutely not give up their sports, was part of their family, generations, fans, whatever. They will
Yes.
absolutely not compromise on this. So, like in this situation, if it like that's why I originally said I'm neutral if they're not into sports. But if they're not in sports, that's fine. I'm not gonna force it on them or whatever. But if they're trying to take sports out of my life or whatever, and I'm not even that big into sports. I occasionally
Yeah.
casually watch it, right?
Yeah, I'm the same way.
It is hard to be into
So-
sports as a New York fan nowadays. So
Right. So like if I want to see a Giants game, or for some reason, like say Lewis, he's like, hey Dave, I got 2 tickets to a Giants game, let's go. And occasionally, and she finds out and is like, "Oh no, I don't want you to go. Let's plan something else or whatever." Simply because of the fact that I'm going to go watch a sports game. I'm not going to say that's a deal breaker, but it's going to cause a fucking argument.
Yeah. But look, sometimes there's events that are scheduled and it's scheduled ahead of time, like a hayride or some shit with friends and family where you're doing pumpkin picking or a bunch of shit together. That's fine. That happens every once in a while. Sometimes schedules don't coincide with each other. But if she's doing it like every single weekend and is going out of your way to kind of make what you enjoy miserable, that's not a fucking relationship. You got to end that shit.
We're
right
also
quick.
overly focusing on Sundays because of football, right? There's other.
Yeah, wow,
sports
you're-
where-
That's an easy one to
it could be
say.
anything, right? It could be, for an example, right?
But if it's
Let's just
every
say-
single Sunday, then she's doing it on purpose, and that's not a relationship.
Like-
Okay, but okay.
Look,
The reason
hold
I'm
on,
saying
hold on.
like football is because football owns a day of a week, right?
Yeah.
But like, what if you're trying to watch baseball on a Tuesday?
No. What about this? What about how we used to game, right? Remember we used to play Warzone?
No, that's a different one. No, it's not gaming.
He's
We're not
got-
talking about gaming yet.
He's got that on his list.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
on my
that was
list.
Liz.
Later.
It's on my
Oh.
list.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's hold on. I'll give you guys a little more because I feel like the gaming one kind of is the same as the sports one. So I'll give you this one. I'll give you this one.
Mhm.
They don't. I'll give you this. This is a little more. Maybe we'll get some more varied opinions. They don't eat seafood, and this group I think will get a little more different answers.
I don't
I'm
care.
pro because I also don't eat seafood.
I've dated girls that didn't like seafood, so it's fine.
I don't eat seafood, but my girl loves seafood, and it doesn't bother me.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I think it's a deal breaker for me.
Really?
Deal breaker, not a con.
I have a big I'm a big food person. I like to go to restaurants. I like to try new foods. I could never date a picky eater. So like, no, I don't eat that.
I was
if somebody
married
says-
to one.
if I date somebody who's like, when they go to the restaurant and all they order is like, you got chicken tenders, you're fucking out of my life. You're fucking dead to me. If I go to a restaurant and they're like,
What if
well,
she's
I
just in
want
the, what if she's just in the mood for chicken tenders? I don't know.
that, no, I'm talking about like when I order something, they're like, oh, that's gross. Like, if you're not I want an adventurous eater who will try new things. If
But
you're
he's
like,
trying
I
to
don't
say-
want
You
to
mean
try
like
that.
taking Yoel with you while you're trying to eat octopus, and he's like,
Well, I mean, we all know if it's not McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, or Popeyes, it's not food.
"What the hell were you eating at one time? I think it was liver or something." And he's like, "Oh my god, that's fucking disgusting."
Bro, I went to Japan and I ate every whatever. And listen, I don't know if he thinks liver is some exotic thing that like literally every country in the world eats it. And I can understand if you don't like it. I understand it's an acquired taste. But he acted like I was eating fucking dirt.
I love how we're always doing digs on Yoel since he's not here.
Well,
Well,
I mean, he should have been.
because
here.
he
should
still
have been here.
he still brings it up. He still brings it up. Like, oh, you're eating organs? You're eating organs? I'm like, people eat fucking organs, dude. It's like a normal food. It's not.
Yo,
it's not that,
isn't
like,
he?
weird.
Isn't his nationality? He's Peruvian, right?
Yeah.
They eat chicken hearts.
Dude, I eat that. That shit's fucking delicious.
No, I understand that, but
Fucking delicious.
that's like their thing.
But he doesn't. Listen, he's a chicken tenders Peruvian. Come on,
He's a chicken tenders Peruvian.
he's not. He's American. His diet is American.
Well,
He is
I
not Hispanic.
want to circle back to the deal breaker that Miguel said. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit extreme, right? Because
He was thinking about
Well,
it
what
right
if-
so hard.
well, no, because originally the question, because like we're
Yeah,
kinda-
yeah, I get it.
it kind of morphosized to picky eaters, right? But the original question was seafood, right? And you said it was a deal breaker. But let's say she's not a picky eater; she just doesn't like seafood. Most places that you go to have seafood have other plate options. They also have beef options, right?
Yeah,
Like you could still have your seafood. Like, granted, you can't go to a seafood specific only restaurant, which those
I guess-
rarely exist anyway.
the reason for me it's a deal breaker is because I like sharing the experience of having the food. Like, hey, we're gonna try this weird seafood dish. I want to eat it together and then talk about like, did you like it? Did you not like it? So like, not being able to have that, I'm like,
She can order something else on the
but
menu.
you
You guys can
could-
experience.
But I want to have this dish together and eat and like talk about it. That's why I mean it. That's why for me, the food thing is such a big deal.
When I did my Asian tour back in 2019, Miguel, like if I would have known like the traveling, you would have enjoyed it. I mean, we went to Thailand, we went to Singapore,
That's a different fish you're eating.
and we went to China, which was not the greatest when I went there. And it was crazy because in Singapore they had an area like a food court, right? And half of the food were still alive. Like you see the things moving, and I'm like, yo, how can people eat that? And then what I learned in some or the places that I went in these places, especially in Singapore, they like everything is liquidy. I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. So it's like if it's like
mucus.
No, it's I want to say that it's like I don't want to say drenched in water, but it's like whatever sauces that they have or dressings that they put on top of the meat or the fish or whatever. It's always like something with that. It's like so it's never like, for an example, like the chicken. There's like you can have grilled chicken, but a lot of people don't eat that. They'll eat the creamy chicken or something like that, right? Or
they use a lot of sauces. They use a lot of sauces okay.
Yeah, so for me it was really weird because like obviously I'm not, for myself, it's not my go-to thing. So I don't.
But you wanted to go to Korean barbecue, which is kind of like that's the whole thing Korean barbecue is.
Right. But I'm eating Korean barbecue like steak, chicken,
but in sauce, right?
Well, it's your choice because you're actually.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
You don't have to eat it in sauce.
Yeah. I choose not to because I'm not really good with spicy. Like if I eat something really spicy, it screws up my stomach and I'm fucked. That's it. And I just don't like it either. So I always try to eat it less seasoned as possible. And it's also the culture thing too, right? Like growing up,
You're Dominican, for real.
No,
I want less spices. Is what you just said.
Yeah.
You say I want less spices, less spicy or less spices.
I was born here, bro, so it doesn't matter. Like
no, but when you say less spices, you mean less spicy, like less hot, or less like cinnamon or fucking like not spicy.
I am.
Spice. You know what I mean?
I am sure we're all here. Like growing up, your mom has a certain seasoning that she used, right?
Yeah,
and then as you grow older, you start tasting other people's seasoning, like going to restaurants or you exploring locations. So I went ahead and I done that, right? And for my taste buds, I just can't, like every time I look at something, I am a picky eater. That is number one, right? If I don't like it, my go-to is a ham and cheese sandwich. I don't care where I'm at. So we could go out to a restaurant. I'll ask,
like cold cuts, ham and cheese.
Yeah.
Look at the confusion on his face.
Yeah.
I like ham and cheese.
Looks like he just blue screened and rebooted or something.
Right.
He's like, "What'd you just say?"
But it just reminded me of like when I grew up and like my brother every day, like he would only eat a turkey and cheese sandwich. My mom had to make him turkey and cheese every day because he wouldn't eat anything else.
No.
That's what it reminds me of.
I'll eat stuff like when I was in Thailand.
I was like that when I was a kid.
The food is so amazing. It is.
I love Thai food.
Oh my god, that food was great.
Was this in Bangkok?
I was in Bangkok, yeah. And I passed by the red light district. There was a lot of Miguel's types.
A lot of meat.
Miguel's types.
Are they coming?
Like I said, I have a varied appetite.
Now this would be if you were single, right?
Anyway, let's continue.
Anyways, he says, he's like, I don't want to talk about.
You didn't forget my follow-up question to you because now you're going.
He hasn't drank enough. He's got to drink more for you to ask that question later. He needs a few more beers.
But yeah, I mean, like, listen,
you made Dave uncomfortable. He left.
What I really want to do is I want to do another Asia, like another tour, like, but I want to go like the Philippines, maybe Vietnam, and like, or maybe another like, another place. Yeah. I would love to go back.
Vietnamese food is so fucking good too. Oh my god, I love Vietnamese
I would love to go back to Thailand and spend more days in Bangkok because I only spent like a day and a half there.
I bet you would.
It's an amazing food. Like just the food there was amazing. The problem was when we got to Bangkok, Air China lost our luggages, so So when we landed, I did the idiot move and not bring a carry-on as Dave makes all that fucking noise.
What the fuck is he doing?
He's killing a
What is
chicken.
that? What is that noise?
He's finishing eating his food. He's like, "Oh, I gotta
Dave,
finish
are
eating
you
this food."
opening your blow up doll package from Amazon? Did it come in?
Oh
Is it
my!
primed?
So before you go on to that topic, the reason I talked about the food thing
Can I
is
mute
because,
him?
like, when I went to Japan, I had
I can.
raw chicken, sashimi chicken. I had raw shrimp. I got so sick from the shrimp, by the way.
I muted him.
I saw it. Well, so that's what I'm saying. I will try almost any food just because I like to have the experience of new
Right.
food. That's why, like, for me, I couldn't date a picky eater because I want somebody who wants to, like, that's a shared experience I want with somebody I'm dating. That's why it's a deal breaker for me.
It doesn't bother me, right? Like if
Yeah, because you're not that
but-
picky of an eater.
But like for an example, like my girl likes to try things. She likes to eat whatever, and it doesn't bother me. But it should never affect what I'm eating, right? As long as I'm okay with what I'm eating, yo, you eat. You could say this is the best thing in the world. You unmuted him or he unmuted himself.
I was just listening in. I was curious.
But what the hell is he doing?
He's still listening in.
He
I
went
see. I
upstairs.
see him click. I see him clicking the fucking button on mute and mute.
More tales from the panhandle.
Oh my god!
Daddy Nips makes an I'm gonna clip that later. We're gonna put that. We're gonna put that.
Oh
On
my-
YouTube.
Yeah, I missed it the first time. I only caught it on the feed.
What the fuck? We didn't get any additional viewers from that.
It's coming up now. It's coming up now.
Oh my
So anyway,
God.
that's why for me, like, I love having new food. Like my favorite thing when I was, when I go to Japan, my favorite thing is going to bars and restaurants, eating, drinking, talking, bullshitting. So if I'm with somebody who's like, I don't really want to try things, even if they let me try whatever I want, I want somebody to be like, hey, you want to try? I want somebody like together. Hey, you want to eat this? Let's try this. Let's try this thing. Let's see what this is. You ever ate this? No, I never ate it. All right, let's try it. So for me, it's a deal breaker. I could never date a picky eater. I just couldn't do it. It's not for me. Not for me. Now, for other people, less important.
I was married to a picky eater, so it was an experience, right? Because every time you go to McDonald's and
McDonald's.
yeah, like just going through the drive-thru on your way home, you just like picking up something quick to eat because
Yeah.
she got home late, I get home late, whatever, and having to order a hamburger, a plain hamburger with no cheese, no nothing, just the meat and the
But
bun.
that's beyond a picky eater.
Yeah, but I know it's borderline
Yeah.
insanity, but
Yeah, it is.
but it made me kind of aware of how often they can fuck up a plain hamburger. It happened too often, to be honest. Like when you say plain hamburger, just the meat, like I would literally just say just a cow and the bun. That's it. Just the meat and the bun. How many times there was cheese? How much time there may not have been cheese, but there would have been ketchup, or there's no ketchup, but there's pickles. Like it came to a point in time where it happened so often. Because again, when you're dating a picky eater, right? And
Yeah.
you bring it home, and it doesn't matter what's on it. They will not take it off because whatever they put on it, that taste is still on it, and they're going to taste it. What the hell is? What the
What
hell
the hell
is?
just happened?
This is Thailand.
Where did
Okay.
this come
This is the red light district.
That was the three he hooked up with.
No, that's the one in the middle. That's the one that Miguel hooked up with. Look at Dave. Dave's like going like, what the hell's that?
He's like, ooh, take photo.
Can we like drop the money?
I don't know how to. This,
What are they holding up? What is on those signs? Is that their menu?
yeah, so in those menus, right? They have these
Why
things
are you
called.
talking so low?
Oh, I lowered. Oh yeah,
Wanna say lower
those
the
menus.
volume,
Yeah.
So those weren't menus. They were actually like bars that they have that you go upstairs in the back room and they have what they call ping pong pussy, where basically you would go up there and the girl puts a ping pong in her shit and then she spits it out.
In her
And
shit.
Well, you know what I'm saying. This is the like this. So this guy right here has that sign, and then like they'll constantly say ping pong pussy, ping pong pussy. You want to see ping pong pussy? And look, these are like this is like the red light different the red light districts out in
I will give you a
Japan.
tip, by the way, people who go to Japan. If you're like, I'm in a town, I don't know where to go, where's the hot spot? If you look up the Japanese red light districts, that's actually where all the fun bars are. Like, it's all mixed in. So those are like the fun spots that you don't have to worry about. Like, oh, it's safe, it's bright, it's not even like that. But that's where all the cool bars and restaurants happen to be located because it's all mixed in. So look it up, go there, enjoy cool bars, and don't have to worry about that stuff.
I'm honestly curious. Is Dave like rearranging furniture? Like, what?
Did he say why he was? Did he say why he was leaving? What happened?
No,
this,
I
a
know
Texan
exactly what he did.
action?
He figured since we're having the podcast, right? He's like he's downstairs anyway. He needs to hook up his computer to the LAN connection anyway. So he's gonna kill two birds with one stone.
Oh, there he is.
I thought he was gonna start playing PlayStation in the middle of a podcast. I don't know what he was doing.
It's 100% correct.
About what?
Two girls, one
I
cup.
brought my computer downstairs,
Yeah.
so it's doing all the updates.
He's multitasking.
Yep.
I'm gonna give you a tip that many women know and men don't. Never shoot from below you, Dave. Always have the camera coming from top. Exactly. You just reminded me of the
Our
Andrew
viewers,
Tate
this
meme.
is not that kind of podcast, by the way.
It's not.
FYI.
How are we gonna make money? We gotta listen.
We got to pay
Gotta
the
make money
bills.
somehow.
Fans to only Dave's.
We got to pay the bills.
I will pop a nip if it gets me fucking viewers. I'm gonna
Well, Dave did already.
Too.
Oh, there he goes.
God, it's a good thing this isn't Twitch. We would have got tossed already. Good lord.
All you're seeing here is either cock or fucking nips.
What the
Daddy
fuck cock
nips.
are you looking at?
He's looking at bank, huh?
It's
Well,
it's
no,
like
wait. You have to talk about now. You were on the subject of cock. What's cock hold? You got to tell these guys.
oh, you guys don't know what? Let me bring this up real quick. I think it's better
he was
for
talking
reading
about
it.
this earlier. He's like, "Do you know what cock hold is?" I'm like, "Do you wanna
I
know?"
posted it. So when our good friend Yoel disappeared for the week,
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and then I was like, "Yo, he's never around."
By the way,
James's
as
daughter.
you're pulling that up, I just thought it was hilarious. He didn't talk for like a week and a half in the group chat, and then all he just posted like he spammed us with plastic like 3D prints jobs, and I'm like, just doesn't even acknowledge that we were like messaging for like weeks.
So this is what best describes him. Ready? It says when a wife humiliates her husband under the control, usually making the husband wear a chastity belt while she has sex with another man. Miranda takes a big black cock.
Wait, but this is not. This is. Why is this different from cuckold from the cuck shit? It's the same thing.
So it is exactly cucking, but the difference between this and cucking is the chastity belt.
Oh, okay, all right.
Right.
Isn't that just
I
cuck
see.
holding with benefits?
Cuckolding with extra expenses, I think.
Yeah.
More expensive cuck shit.
This includes a chastity
Cuck
belt.
premium. That's the premium plus edition.
Oh man, I don't know. Some people, I think, their fetish is
Yeah, I mean,
controlling girlfriends.
you know what you know what I think, Miguel. I think I heard this from you. Like, and maybe I'm wrong. I believe you said that, like, you know, that you like. There's some people, right, that when they date someone, they date the same personality.
I think most
Well,
people
like-
they kind of repeat
like-
patterns. Yes.
Right. So like if you're
Yeah.
used to having that crazy person or even that non-crazy person, right? But it's like,
No. Yeah.
it's like, for an example, right? Like if Lewis dates a new person, right? And then like 3 months from now, he dates another person, right? And you're like, hold on. They're like almost identical of what they're like, the type.
Yeah.
And there are those
I am
people
looking
that
for my first redhead still. So
I already had one. The carpet didn't match the drapes.
What's about to ask that?
No, it's did the carpet match the pubes?
No, it's the
No.
drapes.
No, well, you guys don't know Freedom Center Marshall. Never mind.
So
get it.
so like that is like a thing, right? That people like, and I think we have
There's
you
kilometer.
you said it you said it in a certain way, Miguel, because you kind of called out someone. and you
People
said-
fall into patterns. People they keep repeating the same patterns until you break free of it and become self-aware. You're attracted to a certain style, whether it's from childhood trauma or whatever. People often date certain archetypes. There's only so many different personalities, I feel like, in the world, right? So I don't believe in astrology, but one thing I do think is like people do fall into like certain categories, and you can be like, people. There's not a lot of unique people, There's only a certain amount of types of people, and you date certain types, and you don't date certain types. So you kind of date the same person over and over again until you figure out like, oh, this is a bad pattern. I got to fix it. If you never realize that, you just keep making the same mistake over and over again.
What's that? Who's talking in the background?
What the fuck?
Edric
Oh,
went.
he's doing the voice changer thing. That's why.
He's doing his Bangkok voice.
Oh, is that that's a? Yeah, that's the LB special.
That's not the Bangkok voice.
That's from Bangkok.
That's from where?
Don't be so breathy.
What's your password again? Baloney1.
My password is.
It used to be baloney, but then they make you add number.
I'm so pissed. It freaking changed. My
Sounds like you just reversed puberty.
yeah, it does, right?
Sounds like your balls just went right up in there
You're all
Yeah.
like, I can't
and
control
then went
it,
in the
yeah.
backside.
I had it perfectly set up, and then freaking.
Can't you save the configuration so this? stops
I
happening?
did, but the problem was that
58.
when I
why we're
did
not
a
a tech
DDU,
podcast.
when I did a DDU, it erased everything, which is like maybe I shouldn't have done that.
So, guys.
Wait, what's your next question on your list?
Yeah,
Oh, you want another one?
yeah,
All right,
go
I
ahead,
give
go
it
ahead,
a
go ahead.
Let's
Yeah.
do one more.
Hold on, let me find them.
We're gonna do one more before we move on.
I don't
to
have
the
that
end of the
many.
world.
So we may have done.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
The end of the world is coming in. Was it 6
Born
years?
again Christian?
Ooh,
They decide, you know what? I found God.
again.
Have you found Jesus yet? I don't know. I was looking for.
Hey, I have a really good story about that, about just that topic. So, my ex, right? She found Jesus again after converting from a Catholic to a born again Christian, which is the religion.
But
is
like born
different.
again Catholic or born
No,
again
no, no, born again Christian, like
Dominican,
as-
right?
right.
Or no?
No, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. This is my ex-wife. That has to say it like that. I remember that she found Jesus, right? And then she was like going to this new church, and I'm like, I ain't going, right? I'm not going. And then one day she says, "Hey, I want you to come. Can you please support me in this?" And I said, "Fine." Like, this is the compromise that you would do for anyone, right? Like, you don't want to do it, but you do your compromise. So you go ahead and right. So I go there. We're like in this back room. This guy sits in front of me, right? And then I had my goal. Like, I had the same.
You're in a back room. I'm sorry. what?
Well, because it's not a normal church. Like, it's not a Catholic church, right? So it's like they
It's a
rent out a
dungeon.
warehouse or some shit like that, and then they have like, where you worship, and then you have like the side where the like cafeteria would be or something like that. So it's like a back room, like, open, sitting there. So this guy sits there, right? He starts talking to me, and then he starts talking about like how bad it is to have money in your bank, right? So he's like explaining to me, because you got to understand this, right? They want to take a percentage of what you make a month, and you're supposed to, donate 20, 30, 40, whatever it is, right? Whatever that number is.
I mean,
the church.
Sounds like the Church
technically,
of
well,
Scientology.
No. That's born again Christians. And then, I'm not going to go too much in religion stuff, but like,
why not? Let's go.
You want to go?
fucking do it.
Let's do
Let's
it.
fucking do it.
Let's do
So-
it.
I will.
So when we were talking, we're going back and forth about this, the subject about having money in your bank account is a sin. Having this is a sin. And then I turned around and I asked the $1 million question, right? Because now we're talking about the Bible, right? And then the Bible is one Bible, right? And just depending on what religion you're doing is they're either focusing on one part or the other part of the Bible, right? But we all in the religion itself, right? The question is like you kind of say, God is supposedly, it says God loves everyone, right? All his children, right? That's
But he will kill you.
right. Especially if he looks like
Fucking
you.
Watch out.
Right. So anyway, at the long story, we're going back and forth. We're talking about this, right? And then I turned around and I say, "What? Hold on. Are you telling me that God loves you more than he loves me?" And he says, "I didn't say that." And I said, "Then why are you telling me having money is a sin?" And I was like, "So if my daughter gets sick, my insurance only covers 80%, and then I got to bring out another $2,000 or
Talking
$3,000."
about health insurance deductibles with the
Yeah,
guy
right,
who's like,
right. So
talking about wealth.
yeah.
These are the conversations you should be having with your significant other, though.
Well, I mean,
Of course.
at that point, that was deteriorating, right? So after this whole thing happened, right? The guy didn't even say bye to me. He just got up and walked away because I shredded him all his theories that he was saying, and then I'm getting like pinched by my ex on my side to like shut up and like listen to him, and I'm like, it's like hell no. I'm like, this guy's gonna tell me what to do with my money. I was like, hell no. I said that pastor here has a Mercedes. I have a RAV4. I was like,
I mean, you
something
you
wrong
actually
here.
have-
We
you
need
actually have
additional
him-
context. Was him saying having money in the bank was a sin,
Yes,
and you have to give a certain percentage to them?
right,
That's
Because-
not a religion. That's called a scam.
right. No, 100%.
Well,
AKA,
so they're actually very close to being actually what Christianity preaches, which is not having money is a sin. I understand is like having excess money is a sin. I understand that. Like if you're just hoarding a bunch of wealth, like some fucking people in the world, when other people are suffering, yeah, I think it's a sin or whatever. But when they're saying like you have too much money, you should give it all to us. Okay.
That's scamming.
Then we gotta. Then that's when it becomes a scam.
That's a
When
fake
it's like-
pasture. That's not real.
No,
the
no,
obsession,
but-
the obsession of money is a sin. If you believe in religion.
but the born again, right? I want to say there's a percentage, right? There's a
Yeah.
percentage that are not like that, right? So let's just kind of like
No, every born
figured
again, go fuck yourself. You're crazy. I'm
I know.
sorry.
I know.
If you say you're born again, fuck out of my life.
So-
you
so-
are crazy.
so like what I don't understand is this, right? Like I get it. Like I think that if you're gonna go to some sort of worship place, it's up to you if you want to put money in, and if you don't, what happens if you don't? Like my girl was telling me a story that when she broke up with her ex, she was like following the line of a born again, and then what the pastor was doing will have all the people from the church come over to his house and clean the house and like do crazy things that he didn't want to do. Like clean out my backyard. Like we're gonna clean.
I've always thought about starting a religion just for that. So I don't have to do anything.
It's like today's
Being
Sunday.
a cult leader sounds amazing.
Yeah, ready? Hey, today's Saturday. I need someone to cut my grass. God would say so.
There's so many
Like,
stupid people.
I
We have a
mean,
whole
clearly-
country.
Clearly, this shit exists, right? But like I can't fathom. I have a mental block here. One's like, how does somebody like you have to be crazy to become a cult leader, but then at the same time you got to be crazy, but also what's the word?
Gullible.
I don't think you have to be crazy to become a cult leader. You have to be an asshole, or you have to be evil to become a cult leader. You have to be crazy and stupid to follow one.
Yeah, but like so let's draw a line, right? There's kind of like I would consider like the religious culture, whatever, the mainstream one. That's almost scam like, right? Like they're like, no, like I just like getting all the money.
Every cult is formed because
I'm talking about
somebody wants to
like,
scam somebody.
What's that chick from Smallville? That small little cult or whatever. and she
That
got
was a
caught-
sex cult. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember her
Right.
name.
Okay. So
It's like
that
Chloe
individual.
something, I
So
think.
Those
like,
are the
that's a little
best
bit
cults.
smaller scale, right? It's like that individual probably really believed whatever hype he was drawing up, right? So that's where I mean, like a cult leader has to be a little bit crazy, but they are
Well, have to be a little bit charismatic. A little bit
charismatic, right? They're charismatic enough to go and find the crazy people that buy into his shit. Like, so that's like 2 levels of crazy that like my mind doesn't computate that shit. Like I know it exists, I know people like that exist, but it's like, how the fuck? Like stupid attracts stupid, I guess.
Yes. So you gotta think about it like dating, right? Like a lot of guys will say like it's a numbers game. If you ask out 100 women, at least one of them will say yes. If you want to be a cult leader, if you preach your cult worship to 100 or 1,000 people, if you get only a few, it's enough to start. It's just a numbers game. Think about it. Now,
sounds like
we now have a cult leader who's gotten about 40% of this country at least. So it just matters how charismatic you are or how stupid people are.
It never fails to amaze me how he could just turn any conversation into that.
How when you think about cults, you don't immediately think about the fucking United States right now.
When I hear cult, I think of like David Koresh and the Compound and the 27 women he had there.
You don't think a bunch of people wearing red hats to say MAGA doesn't strike you as like, wow, that seems fucking cult-like? Like even sports is cult-like a little bit, but it's kind of harmless, cult-like.
We've kind of averaged down on general population a bit, so it's the norm.
Right? So like everybody has a hat on, right? Obama, there was that fucking Obama when he was fucking running all over the.
All right, but did you see people wearing let's be honest. Be honest. Like, okay, we had the Obama or the Hope or blah 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 or the poster. Who the fuck wore Obama clothes?
Well, no.
How many fuck Obama guys did you see though?
Here's where Trump I'm not even gonna give Trump the credit, right? But it was the fact that it was a hat. He had that motto on a hat. So there's the Obama whatever. Yeah, people are gonna wear that, but it's one shirt. They can't wear that each and every single day. They can't wear that to each and every outing.
There wasn't Obama stores. Like Obama was a very popular politician, and now. But people didn't like. This is what I don't understand. Even people. I know that the people that like to say like, oh, everybody, like, oh, Obama. Like, I have plenty of criticism for Obama. I think he was way too centrist. He was a good politician. I didn't agree with a lot of his policies. You cannot, if you wear a MAGA hat, people who like Trump, they agree with everything he says. Like he can never do anything wrong. If you disagree with him, you're like against his religion. It's like, that's the difference. It's like, yes, a lot of people liked Obama, but they're like, yeah, but what about the drone strikes? What about this? What about that? If you say anything bad about Trump, you know what? You're a fucking lib. You're not really MAGA. If you don't agree with everything he does, you're out. You're out of the club. That's what the cult shit is. You have to agree with everything. And if you don't agree with everything, guess what? You ain't part of this shit. Even before, if it's like, oh, Russia's bad. Oh, wait, Trump says Russia's good. Then Russia's good. You have to immediately flip all your opinions. That's how you know it's a cult, when like they can literally go flip their opinion completely in 1 second and never even realize they did. That's when you know you're dealing with a cult. That's what it is. You have to immediately adopt every belief or you're fucking out. It's like Mormonism. It's like born again Christians. Like when they try to like born again Christians, when they talk about it, it's like you have to abandon your old life. If you have family or friends that are not born again, you need to cut them out of your life. That's what the cult shit is. When you literally have to adopt every single belief or you're out. And that's what we have right now. Anyway, fuck off. You guys are too quiet. Make me feel like I'm being crazy right now.
No,
this is a great segue to our next subject.
You had the platform.
To our next sponsor, LTT.
This is brought to you by
nobody, because we're losers.
No, listen. I think you're right.
Yes, please.
But
I'm
looking at this. No. I'm just trying to agree what you just said. You didn't ramble for nothing. you made sense of what you were saying, but unfortunately, we have a lot of people that they're gonna fuck around and find out soon when shit starts coming in, especially when they put in the Safe Act, right? I don't know if you guys saw the Save Act. They're basically banning women from voting. So if you're married, your spouse won't be able to vote. So only one person in the house could vote. Are we just
But-
waiting for him?
That's
I,
what you
I
fucking
shared
get.
this to look at the asteroid, but I don't know. Blake Lively, like, her rack looks amazing there for some reason. But I'm getting off topic.
Fucking idiot.
Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. I'm sorry, they do look nice. So
Lewis
we-
hates politics talk.
I don't know. Whatever.
It's not that
This
I
is a
hate it,
perfect
I'm not
segue. There,
voting for
you've already said you would like to see an asteroid slam into Earth and just end all mankind, did you not?
Except for me. The people I love.
Except for you.
You gotta be the sole survivor.
We're
He-
we're all
he'll be-
fucked. He's okay.
He'll be in a bunker just for himself, with with a whole bunch of beer.
Just for that, with
That's
your
me.
luck, it'll be you and Sam alone in the bunker together.
No, but actually, no, for real, that would actually be like my worst nightmare is to be the only survivor. That sounds fucking horrendous. I would hate to be a sole survivor.
Well,
no,
get
thank
all
you.
your affairs in order because December 22nd, 2032. This is it.
It's the end.
Potential end game.
This is, but the same thing happened back when Armageddon and In Too Deep, those movies came out early 2000s, right? Like there was an asteroid coming and it made a big splash. But go ahead, Lewis. I'll let you continue saying it.
Well, those are 0.001% or whatever it is. This is about 1% chance, and I think they recently just adjusted those numbers where it's now instead of 1 in 100 chance, it's 1 in 300 chance.
Yeah, it keeps
but
slipping.
this particular case, this is not a planet global killer like Armageddon.
No.
Impact.
No,
This
It will take out
is
the West Coast.
it'll
Take out California.
no, I'm not even that
no,
much. I think.
no,
It's
it'll
tsunami.
take out a good if like a city like New York or like LA or Miami. And again, this is assuming it
Miami.
hits a metropolitan
No.
area, and
So
most likely it's going to hit water, right? 70%.
Yeah, they say most likely it's the ocean.
it's
Or it's
the
gonna hit
ocean,
an
but it's gonna
unpopulated
be-
area.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a tsunami right there.
It's gonna be tsunami, and it's gonna hit the West Coast. Neil deGrasse Tyson did like 50 videos on this freaking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we
He
don't
said
know
that-
yet. We don't know yet.
Huh?
They'll
We don't
know in
know
a
yet.
few years because
No, it's supposed
Speaking
to
of Armageddon.
pass. I believe this year or next year, whatever. It's supposed to pass by, and if it goes through what they call the keyhole through this one avenue by Earth, the Earth's pull will be enough so that when it comes back in 2030, whatever the hell Lou just said, that's when it will strike Earth. But it has to go through this what they call the keyhole for that to happen.
All right. Well, we'll see.
yeah, they'll have a better idea where. And that point in time, I did see one of those videos from Neil where he says once it passes that particular moment in time, they'll know 100% if it's going to hit or it'll be a 0% chance. It's just going to be dependent on how all those.
Yeah, but
orbits
didn't
and
they
also know-
fly a
also know
satellite?
exactly where it'll hit too.
yeah, they'll know exactly where it hits.
Didn't they fly a satellite into a meteor, like a small meteor, to see what would happen if it would change the trajectory?
They did.
No, not change. They landed a satellite onto.
No,
it.
no, they crashed
talking
it.
about the one they crashed one into it. There's even a video of the poof of the explosion.
Okay.
Right.
Either way, when that keyhole event happens, don't listen to U.S. news because we will not have the real news by then.
Here we go again. I feel like I have to take on Yoel's take.
You have to. Someone has to take that role.
But all we have to do is get.
You want to be Yoel? You want to be Yoel against
best
me?
drillers,
Okay.
the best drillers, and we have to drill 800 feet. That's all we need.
That's what I'm saying. Armageddon.
We're good to go.
800 feet. Get a whole bunch of nukes. Nuke the shit out of it, and that's it.
Did you guys ever listen to the commentary of Armageddon? The DVD,
No.
commentary?
Oh wait, this
So,
The voiceover.
there's the keyhole.
In the commentary, Ben Affleck, he was in the movie. He was he was making fun of the movie, and he said the one thing that everybody's always said: why would it be easier to train drillers to be astronauts? Why wouldn't you train astronauts to be able to drill? And Michael Bay told him to shut the fuck up.
He's like, "Do you want a paycheck or not?"
I always like Ben Affleck. He's got bad taste in women.
Yeah.
Twice. More than
Twice.
once.
I think we're more than twice. Oh, that's loud.
Fucking guy.
Bring down the volume.
Fucking noob.
I went to another video without my my feel violated.
I feel violated.
So no, December 22nd, 2032 is you're saying if it hits, that is the day it's going to hit.
Right.
So get your affairs in order.
My
With
party.
our luck, it'll hit right off
End of
coast
the
and
world party would be legendary.
We'll
Well,
get
it's not gonna be
fucking
end of the
hit
world.
with a tsunami. No, they saying it's only like what they say. It's like 50 meters wide, but
So it's not an extinction level event.
it's not an
basically.
extinction level. At worst case, it'll make a crater 2 miles wide. But if that's a city
Mm.
2 miles wide, that's
Yes,
fucking big.
of course. It really depends where.
It's gonna hit water. It's gonna cause a tsunami. And based on Neil deGrasse Tyson, which is he's a pretty freaking reliable guy, he said it will do a lot of damage to the West Coast.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Those
That's not an
US.
extinction level event. I don't live on the West Coast. Okay.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Take out all the fucking Hollywood. I don't give a shit.
Hey, what the fuck?
Why not DC?
Not DC. Why the?
DC
Take
on
out
the East Coast.
Texas.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We don't need Texas.
We're just randomly picking locations now.
Yeah, completely.
If I gotta
away from the
pick
West
one
Coast.
place.
You said the West Coast.
The West Coast of what? U.S.
Yes,
Are we
the
sure?
US, the West Coast of the U.S.
First of all, who cares? Not gonna happen. We're not that lucky. All right.
Not that lucky. Earth's been struck before. It's gonna happen.
How many? How
Wasn't,
many hundreds of millions of years ago?
Wasn't
Exactly.
the first Thor?
It's-
Wasn't that crater in Arizona that they filmed the first Thor?
Wasn't Area 51?
No, it was a crater. Because remember, what's his name? He was trying to
Puerto Rico
tow
has a
it with his
crater.
truck, and he fucked up the truck trying to tow it out.
Puerto Rico has a crater. Fucked up his truck. In the movie.
So did you guys watch? Speaking of Thor, the new Captain America Hulk movie.
No,
I
did.
Watch it. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go watch Paddington in Peru instead.
So I watched about 5 podcasts about it, but never watched the movie itself. There was not good. They were not saying good things about it. It sounds terrible.
oh really?
So my brother and I actually went to see it. So we actually went to the
Yeah.
movies and saw it
How
on,
was it?
on Thursday night. It wasn't a like, oh my god, you have to stop what you're doing and watch it movement. It felt like a very patched movie, like because they did a lot of reshoots, and you felt it like it kind of was like put together weird.
Yeah.
The
I heard.
story itself, it's okay, but it was like it's like I'm gonna take again what Miguel says, very tiresome. Like the same theory, the same thing. Like it really wasn't more like, oh my god, do you see what happened? Like I'm more excited to see Daredevil because Daredevil is like, it's better, right? But this was like I think because originally it was supposed to come over through Disney Plus, and then they said, oh, why are we gonna do that? Let's just put this movie into the theaters. Hence all the reshoots that they did. It's not a bad movie, but it's not a movie that if you read the spoilers or hear people talking about it and give you spoilers, that's the gist of the movie.
IMDb has a 6.1 out of 10.
So
And here's my problem with the movie.
you watched it?
No, this is gonna be quick. It's gonna be quick. It's a 6.1 out of 10, which is expected. All right. The movie's called Captain
Is that
America.
audience or critic?
It's at a 47,000, so that's probably combined.
Oh, okay.
My issue is the movie's called Captain America, and not a single fucking person in the casting is called Captain America.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yes.
He's billed as Sam Wilson, not Captain America.
Right, but that's Captain
Sam
America.
Wilson is Captain America.
It's not Captain America.
He is Captain America.
He's not.
Yes, he is. They handed him over. He handed him the fucking shield. He's Captain America.
But that's not. Just listen. Just because Captain
All right,
America
go to-
hands
go to-
over the
go-
shield
all right.
doesn't make him Captain America.
All right, so go to the Winter Soldier IMDb. What do they list? Fucking no, I can't remember his name. Unbelievable.
Winter Soldier.
Steve Rogers. What do they list Steve Rogers as?
Steve Rogers.
Is
But
he Steve Rogers or
is
Captain America?
America.
Then don't. You're just contradicting yourself. You're contradicting yourself now. If
Winter Soldier.
IMDb has Steve Rogers and Steve Rogers,
think-
then
I
don't give
think-
me that Captain America bullshit.
I don't think Lewis knew too much what was the new Captain America movie, and I think he saw the new character. And you're saying that's not Captain America.
No, I saw the I saw the ending sequences of the previous movie. I just don't agree with the handoff. I don't agree with the storyline. Like Chris Evans is Captain America. That's it.
Chris Evans. Well, Chris Evans himself has said he's handed it over. I'm not going to argue about that. I don't care about that. Because frankly, I've been so sick of fucking
The
Marvel.
MCU is dead anyways. It died with Captain
Yes.
America, with Iron Man. Like I don't care what they
First
do.
of all,
They're not
I will
bringing
say
it
this
back.
about Endgame was not that good.
No. What was the first one called?
Infinity
Infinity
War.
War was
good.
the
Yeah.
peak. That was
Yeah, but
after that,
Endgame.
they lost
Endgame
the
was
plot.
still up
Endgame was
there
good.
though.
No.
Endgame was still up there.
No. It is
was up
good,
there.
but Infinity
It was.
Wars was like, oh
Oh,
my god,
100%.
he snapped his fingers, and holy shit, this happened.
the 5-year time
Endgame
jump
was
was a
depressing. That's why people
fucking
say that.
stupid fucking plot point. It was too complicated. They should have never had the 5-year time jump. That was a fucking mistake. It was a fucking mistake. It was stupid. There's too many plot holes. There's too many things to think about. That was a giant mistake. I'm sorry. 5 years later, they did not know how to handle that. They're not. It's too much to work on.
1.3 million people voted it 8.4 out of 10.
For what?
I don't think it was a terrible movie. Endgame.
It was okay. It was fine. It was
Yeah.
okay. I don't want a fucking heist movie.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it wasn't like on the tier of like Infinity Wars when all that shit was fucking happening all at the same time. I get it. It was a
Yeah,
good
it was
movie.
great.
I wouldn't say Endgame is a bad movie or just
Well,
okay. I would say
okay,
it was definitely above average.
I'd say it was
Miguel-
average.
To Miguel's point, I'll give Miguel this. When I think about Endgame, I'm clearly only thinking, but like, if I have memories or envisions or whatever, I'm clearly thinking of the battle, the Endgame battle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it.
right.
That's all you think about.
Everything before that,
Sucked.
It was
Well,
bullshit.
it was depressing.
the
It was
taco
fucking
part.
it was fucking depressing. Yes.
the
It was
Incredible
depressing.
Hulk giving Ant-Man the taco. That was the only other thing I can remember.
And by
But
the
come
way,
on, Captain America lifted the hammer. Like
cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's also part of the end battle. That's it.
Avengers Assemble.
Yes.
How long
also
have people
part-
been waiting for that?
But that was also in the fight. So basically, there's two parts of Endgame. There's the shitty beginning part.
Yes.
and
The
then there's
heist. The heist movie.
And
The
then
heist
there's
movie.
the awesome freaking battle part. The battle part was fucking badass.
Yeah, the battle
That's
part
how
was
these dudes
great.
There.
Everybody was waiting for that for how many fucking years?
Yeah.
I mean,
It
since
just
they started talking about Thanos, what was that? The third movie in the franchise? They started referring to him. I don't remember what movie that was.
Third, it was
It wasn't Iron Man 1.
They played the long game.
It was Josh Brolin or whatever was the original thing.
Josh Brolin. But they remember originally it was different. It was from face, looked different.
Yeah, it looked.
All I'm
completely
saying
different.
is they got too confident and thought we'd eat up all their shit, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have to have a story. Just put whatever on here. Make a bunch of stupid Disney Plus series that are fucking garbage." Okay.
Well, I mean that was
WandaVision
all,
In
wasn't that good either.
shitification
well,
is
well,
the
hold on.
term.
But when Bob Iger left, right? That other guy, Bob, whatever his name was.
Don't let Bob Iger
No, I'm not
rewrite
saying-
history.
No,
Bob Iger was the one who wanted a bunch of series. He tries to blame it on Bob Chapek, who was the guy that he replaced. No. No. They're all fucking greedy pigs. That's why Star Wars sucks now. That's why Marvel sucks now, because they're like, let's just shovel out a bunch of garbage, get short-term games. Who cares about story? Who gives a shit?
Are we
And that's
talking
why
about Call of Duty or the MCU? I can't tell.
exactly, Louis. The same shit.
I
It's the
think-
same fucking idiots. They don't want it. They just care about short-term profits, and they will destroy a franchise because they forget, like, you can milk this forever if you just care about it. But they're like, why make 10 billion over 10 years if we can make 3 billion now? No, they don't think. It's just stupidity. It's just stupidity.
Is this the hour
Short-term
that?
thinking.
Now I'm in
Yeah.
the mood to watch Infinity War. God damn you guys!
I know. I kind of want to watch it too.
When
I haven't seen it in a while. I
when
haven't
I
seen it in a long
got when I
time.
got
Do I have it?
when I got my TV, the
OLED.
OLED, right? The very first movie I put on was Endgame, and I fast forwarded just to the freaking battle scene. I wanted
Exactly.
to see that battle scene on my OLED TV, and then I went to Game of Thrones so I could watch the night battle, so I could actually see it on the OLED, so I could see everything,
Yeah.
and not see nothing.
By the way, fuck Game of Thrones too.
Those were the first two things I wanted to watch on my OLED.
Is this the FBI? Open up. Why are you flashing us?
No, I was trying to see because I think I own Endgame on the 4K Ultra. Because, dude, the sound on it is phenomenal.
Oh, that's also, I watched Top Gun Maverick. I went and got the 4K.
Yeah, dude.
Mm.
Dude,
Actually, you know, I might watch that again tonight. Fucking Top Gun Maverick was fucking good.
I
yeah.
haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
You haven't seen
watch it.
Top Gun 2?
You know what? I don't know what happened to me where I used to be obsessed with movies like during the 90s and early 2000s.
Weren't
Like,
we all?
I'm still watching.
But that was
I
like-
still
that was
watch it.
I don't really watch movies anymore. I kind of just watch TV shows now.
Okay. If
I don't watch movies so much.
you have to watch Top Gun Maverick, but you have to watch.
I have to watch what?
Top Gun
Top
Maverick.
Gun Maverick.
You need
You
surround
have to
sound
watch
though.
it with a really good surround sound and a nice TV.
Yeah.
But here- so here-
He's trying to call out your TV. You yell it's hitting, it's not going to cut it.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna talk shit about. I got my plasma.
This is the problem with Top Gun Maverick, though. Like, the cinematography is, bar none, you're talking top 5 within 2 decades. Like, phenomenal cinematography. The sound mixing is also phenomenal. The way the channels are mixed and you're able to hear the sound separation between the scenes, like you can tell they spent bucks and a fuckload of time doing the editing and those sequences, so much that it was the only movie, or I think it's the only movie, one of the few movies that they actually had to delay 2 years because of the fucking pandemic, because they knew you could not see this without a good viewing and good sound. Like, they didn't want people streaming this shit on their fucking iPad because
Well, that was Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise wanted. He's like, this is a theater movie.
it's
Yeah,
a theater
100%.
movie, and
100%. It really
and you
is, though.
can 100%, or at least let's say 97%, come back and say that it brought back summer blockbusters when summer blockbusters were kind of they were dead, even before pandemic. Like, you hadn't had a good summer
Surround
blockbuster
sound.
in a long time. Yeah, you need to have good sound because, like, the just the sound of those F-18s when especially when they're dogfighting, the sound mixing is phenomenal. Like, they did an excellent job with that shit.
I'm sure they got a lot of money from the U.S. government for that.
Well, yeah, it's an advertisement for the U.S.
They
Navy.
paid the U.S. government for that,
Mm-mm.
and they didn't let Tom Cruise fly the jet. Which I
Oh,
love.
spoiler alert.
That's not a spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Wait, he did fly. That ending sequence was his plane.
Yeah, but he wasn't flying it. Any
That prop plane is his physical plane. He flies
okay,
it.
that's
But
fine.
he
That's
may have been
the
flying the
prop
ending
plane.
sequence, 100%. Yes.
The U.S. military planes, he didn't fly any of
You're not
those.
allowed to. Yeah. That's you got to be a pilot, and you got to be an active member of the U.S. military to fly them.
I mean, we paid for them. We should be able to fly them.
I know, right?
Never know. Soon you will be. Soon you could pay a little finder's fee. You'll be able to fly whatever you want.
You
Don't
know,
worry about it.
it reminds me of that scene.
Grease the right wheels.
It's actually on the podcast list from earlier. You remind me of the scene from True Lies when he kidnaps his daughter and he wants to take the Harrier to fly it to downtown to go get his daughter. And he's like, you're not assigned for this aircraft. Fucking Tom Arnold's like, oh, I'll sign it. You got a pen?
I really love True Lies. Was a great movie.
That was a great
I
movie.
fucking
It
love
was.
True Lies.
That was just a good movie. The amount of comedy and innuendo, like, there was so much fucking shit in there that was fucking great.
And who directed that? Lewis?
James Corbin?
Did you say James Corbin? I hope you were joking. Please tell me you were joking.
Jerry Bruckheimer. Oh wait, he's the producer.
Are you guys serious? You know who the director is? Lewis, you know, right?
I love movies.
He
but
did
I've
The
never
Abyss. He
been-
did Titanic. Yeah, we know who he is.
All right. Well,
James Cameron.
James Cameron, yeah, man, that was.
Who?
Oh my god.
Fucking Ed.
That reminds me, The Abyss hit 4K ultra holy shit quality for the first time. They finally remastered it.
What happened? What you said?
The Abyss.
Oh, the Abyss hit the
James
4K.
Cameron's other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that movie. Like, have you guys ever actually like read the details of that movie? None of the actors will talk about that movie.
I don't know anything about this.
You never. You saw the movie Abyss?
Yeah, I saw the Abyss, but I don't. Wait, did I see the Abyss? I'm thinking of The Thing.
No, the Abyss. They're filmed underwater. Like legit.
I know what you're talking about, but
all the actors filmed underwater, and there was actually a couple of times where they breathed in water. They almost fucking drowned. So it's like the actors, like Ed Harris. I forgot the woman's name, what her real name is from the movie. The co-star to Ed Harris. They will not talk about that movie publicly. Anytime has ever asked them to comment about how things were on the set of that movie, they won't talk about it because it's like trauma for them, because they legit were wearing those outfits. They were legit everything was filmed underwater because James Cameron wanted that movie to be as realistic as possible. So every sequence was filmed underwater. And you guys probably know logistics. You film shit underwater, things don't always go right. So there was a couple of incidences. Even James Cameron himself was underwater during one of the filming sequences, and he ingested water. He breathed in water. He started choking. He was trying to clear his lungs out with the regulator while he's trying to breathe. He was coughing it out while underwater, and the diver was like grabbing him, thinking he was freaking out, and he ended up punching the diver underwater because he's like, I'm trying to fucking breathe. So he's like, that whole filming sequence of that
That's my
movie
nightmare.
it was a fucking shit show because he wanted everything to be as realistic as possible. So all those sequences you see underwater were legit underwater, and they had to use tanks. There were divers everywhere at all times. There's always like 30 divers underwater. I think each actor and actress had at least 2 divers assigned to each one of them in case shit happened, and shit did happen. So that movie, they say filming that movie was like the movie of hell.
You think we don't hear that?
No, you shouldn't.
Well, we hear. Are you fucking kidding me?
We just can't get our audio correct, can we? In this fucking show,
we can't. I don't know why.
This conversation about this movie is boring.
Sprinkling of fucking. I'm trying to listen to Lewis, and all I hear is.
But the thing is that you shouldn't be able to hear it because I got this mic right
I'm
here.
gonna tell you right now, whatever we should be, I fucking heard it.
It's
loud
the complete
as fuck.
opposite, Ed. That mic picks up shit very well sometimes.
What about now? Do you hear it now?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard a little crinkle. I did hear that.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
All of it. By the way, when you were playing with yourself before, we heard that too.
Can you cut that clip for me, please?
Just playing Pop Goes the Weasel on the desk.
Even Al said he could hear it.
Well, why wouldn't he? We hear it. Of course.
Wait, Al, you
said
can
he
hear
could
which
clearly
part?
hear that.
Him playing with his pecker or the crumpling? Which one?
Both are the same.
Man, this
Oh
show is
my
turning
God.
R-rated and triple X rated soon now.
So I was dying. I'm like, what the fuck? And I see, and like,
So who's all going to? Not gonna say the location, but
That
the
place.
event that me and Miguel agreed to on March 1st.
We're going. I'm going.
no, all of us are going.
Yeah, all of us are going. Yeah,
Going?
We got
Yeah.
the
Anybody else
tickets.
outside of us four?
yeah. My friend Joe's going.
Wait, why are we
Well,
having this?
mentally?
Hey, people, come meet us, even though nobody's watching. Jersey City Brewsology Beer Fest. Why
Yep.
are we hide that? It's a
Yeah.
public event.
Yeah. This fucking stand sucks. Brewology.
We're
Brewsology.
going to the Brewsology.
You know, it's funny. I'm going.
Liberty
but
Science
I
Center.
don't drink beer, right? I don't drink
Yeah,
beer at all.
I was surprised.
But the thing is that
Yeah, but
I
he come
figured,
with us to Beer Fest.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't drink beer, so like I'm gonna drive.
Well, you can do the exhibits. You can do the
Yeah,
exhibits.
yeah. I'm just going
We're
out
gonna
to
do
hang
science
out.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm just doing to hang out. Like I'll have maybe 1 or 2 beers, but I'm driving there. I'm not gonna take Uber because I'm not drinking. You
I was
literally
disappointed. Disappointed Al didn't come
What
because
time does it start?
7 p.m.
Seven.
right?
7 p.m.
For VIP. Yeah.
Okay.
For very
I
inconsiderate people.
just realized I have Chloe that weekend, but if it's 7 p.m., I'll just drop her off early, late Saturday. Then I'll go down. I'll drive down.
Wait. It's on Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on Saturday. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I pick her up. I always pick her up on Friday, and then I'll have her Saturday, but I'll drop her off on my way to go down to Liberty Science Center.
Okay. It's a long drive, you know.
No, 2 hours. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what you're. Yeah.
Al says he has plans.
Al, you disgust me.
Bullshit plans. He didn't fill out that contract.
Where's the
On that
permission
Lewis
slip?
did. I mean, exactly. That's the one.
Let me get my chat GPT ready. I gotta redo that contract. The permission slip.
And
Yeah.
who's ready for Colossal Con?
I am
I don't
mentally.
hear
ready.
It's so far still just me and Miguel, which is fucked up. Like, what's wrong with you guys?
When is Costco? Is it September, right?
I don't actually know. It was September last year, right?
Yeah, it was,
Yes,
October.
Yes, it was because that's when she came. So it was definitely September.
Is she gonna come back for that con again?
We'll see. Depends if America still exists.
Checking the clock. Yep, 19 minutes. He went 19 minutes,
It
folks.
depends if these planes aren't keep falling out of the air. You know, I'm a little scared to fly to Japan right now.
Dude, did you
Well-
see? Did you see the one in Brazil? It had a bird strike and right on the nose, and it dented the whole freaking plane.
I didn't see that.
It still landed though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
It's
my
like
favorite's Delta. I mean, they all survived, and legitimately, they all can tell a story and says, "Hey, I was inverted."
and did you see that Delta was freaking trying to pay them off $30,000 each? So it's like, yeah, here's $30,000. Sign this, and you can't sue us.
Well, I'll be honest.
No.
You're
The plane,
alive. You're not injured. I would be like, yeah, give me $30,000. Sure, that's fine.
no. So what happened is
This 7th is Colossal Con.
I'd be like, I want a
So-
lifetime pass. I
so-
survived a plane crash.
right. So I don't know if you saw that plane when it was landing. It was a hard landing, right? That plane, but you don't know the conditions. It could have been windy. He could have been.
Yeah.
He could have all that stuff. But that's why it flipped. It's the ice on the ground, and it came in hard, and it came fast.
Yeah, he should not have
Yeah.
landed. He should have aborted that.
Yeah.
What is he gonna do?
As soon as it
But
landed,
just
the
full
wing-
throttle up. Full
Abort.
throttle up. Yeah,
Abort
abort.
the landing.
They-
He didn't land straight either.
Or it's
He
actually
landed on
I think it's a
on the
she.
right.
Yeah, he didn't come in. He came in like this, and then
Yeah.
he came
All right,
in
but I'm saying,
hard.
okay, they aborted the landing, but they got to land eventually. What was the
Yeah,
other option?
Abort the landing, come back around, try
Yeah,
it again.
try it again. Yeah,
They're coming in too fast. Number one, number
I don't
two.
fucking
It was
I'm
like
not
they were
about it.
forcing the landing. That was the problem.
the-
right.
When they landed, the wing tapped the ground, and that's what flipped it over.
But
Mm.
well,
But
not
it
only
was
that,
it was
but then
leaning.
they collapsed the landing gear because they landed so hard. So
Yeah.
you had the wing, the collapsed landing gear, and that just sent it right over, right into the grass.
First wing left, and then the second one fucking left too.
You're like YOLO.
That's exactly what they
It's
did.
a
in
lot
YOLO.
of crashes lately. A lot of
A
crashes.
lot of
lately.
crashes.
A little weird.
yeah.
Well, you know, you got to make sure that the budget's not there for that for it to continue happening.
Hmm. All right,
So,
who
speaking of,
added
I'm going to ask you guys a real question. I'm asking you guys a real question. Lewis, don't get scared. Are you guys for real like planning exit strategies or
This
not? Or you're just
again?
like, it's just normal.
Nothing's normal. What's happening, bro? That's not normal.
Right, but I mean, how like
am I planning?
How
one?
serious you take it?
Not yet.
do you think you should plan one?
I might maybe. Well, I gotta see how things materialize. I mean,
That's not really planning, is it? It's just kind of reacting. Do you think you should be planning an exit strategy? Is what I guess I would ask you.
should I be?
Yeah. Do you think you should be? Do you think it's needed, or do
I
you think it's, or do you think it's
I don't
or do you
think
think it's paranoia?
I don't think the conditions are here yet to be planning that. I think a lot of this is, yeah, it's concerning, right? A lot of it is, some of him is grandstanding, and again, a lot of it is him actively trying to push stuff through, and his party, but I mean, I know some of it has been shot down by the courts. So I think we need more time to see how this plays out going into the rest of the year.
What if I told you this?
Because a lot can change in like between now and
From
6
when-
months.
Dude, it hasn't even been 2 months yet, and there's been like
Matt.
a blizzard.
All right.
Oh,
So I'm the only one answering. Ed, Dave, are you guys planning exit strategies?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't planned one like to go, but I've always played the devil's advocate. Obviously, what would happen, right? Obviously, I could fly back to where my parents are from, right? We have property.
you have a built-in exit strategy because you
Right.
have property, right?
Yeah, well,
Overseas?
yeah. I have land,
Yeah.
but my mom has also property out there, like the family
Yeah.
home. Like there's a way.
You have
there's-
an escape route.
I
You
have
have
an
an escape route
Yeah, right,
because you can legally leave, right?
Right.
No problem.
correct.
Right. So you have the easy one. So you don't really have to plan because you can leave real fast if you need to.
Right. That is true.
No, I don't think. Well, and I don't think the rest of us really have an easy escape route the way you do.
I mean,
I have registered my birth in another country, but I don't know how legal it is because dealing with embassies is like a nightmare. I don't know. I'm very confused. I'll say this. So I will say this for you guys to think about. It's like, we'll see how it plays out. And I know you guys hate the Nazi talk, but like when Hitler was elected, when he like took over, 53 days it took him to dissolve completely, basically, and take over completely. And I think we're on pace for that in this country. 53 days is all it took him. Is all it took. And let me tell you that the speed at which shit is collapsing, you're not a little worried?
In those 53 days, what percentage of the German population own firearms?
That's my one. That is no, and I will say this. That's my one, like the variable that I don't think they're accounting for. Because while most, I think, MAGA people are the firearms owners, I think there's a large population of left-wing gun owners that they think don't exist. Right? But
I don't think there's enough, but
I think you don't need a lot. I mean,
well, I mean, I saw someone was talking about why is it so difficult to invade the United States, right? It was a theory. Hold on, let me throw it out there. Then you could just
no,
come back. And then they went in, and it was not an American saying it, so it was like it was like a European saying.
But
one of the
we're talking
reasoning
about invasion right now.
No. But this is gonna turn around what you're talking about. We're the only country in the world where we have civilians have more weapons and ammunitions than what the current militaries of most vast countries, single countries, right? Not an alliance or nothing. You know, we have over 300 million people, or close to 300 million people living in the United States, and we probably have way more.
There's more guns than people. Yeah.
There was more guns than people in this country. So the theory was, let's just say the North or the South tries to invade the United States, the people will rise. And this is what's kind of coming into what you're saying, right? The people will come and they will fight back. Like, think about this right now, right? You know, we're privileged to have the Second Amendment that allows us to right to bear arms, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna tell me that if some crazy shit pops off, an invasion or they try to shut down our rights or take things away, people are not gonna rise up and they're gonna fight. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of killings, but
what you forget is
civil war before there's an invasion. But
well, that's the thing is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not worried about an invasion. I'm saying that, like, oh yeah, we all have guns, but there's a ton of people that want this kind of coup who have guns. Like, they're not fighting against what's happening. They're like, oh, I will use my guns the opposite way. Now, there's a lot of gravy seals and gravy soldiers and blah, blah, blah. But like, I'm not worried about like, so one of the biggest things we've always had the privileges we've had as America is that we have friendly neighbors. That's kind of gone because we've decided that we don't want friendly neighbors. We want to be antagonistic to our own neighbors, our own allies. We're surrounded by an ocean. Our entire country is surrounded by an ocean.
Right.
So the only thing that will destroy America is civil war, and seems to be on the horizon.
Literally the plot of the Sum of All Fears.
I haven't
It's
seen it.
literally the plot
Destroy-
of the movie Civil War. Have you guys watched Civil War?
That movie.
I don't-
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
I don't- I'm living.
Yeah.
I'm living in it, so I don't need
That
to watch
movie
it.
sucked.
No,
I
that
wouldn't say the movie sucked. I thought it was
That movie sucked.
I mean, your fucking face sucks. It's okay though.
Sometimes if the pussy smells right.
It's. I think it's good to be prepared. I'm not a prepper. I don't have a fucking bunker. I'm just saying,
What do you
man,
think? What
it's
do you think I've been prepping for,
history
man?
repeats. History repeats, man. I just don't know. The problem is if the United States collapses, I don't know what's a safe. Like, I was always said I was going to move to Japan, but I'm like,
I mean, you have an exit strategy. You have a country to go to. Edric does. I mean,
I don't know if I do, but I'm going to try.
I mean,
Listen,
your family has property there. I mean, Dave, you have anywhere to go? Do you have family in other countries or no?
Unfortunately for Dave, it's a Commonwealth of the U.S.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me,
not really.
Yeah. So it's like, what am I going to do? I mean, do I go through
Well, I
the
mean,
whole
you
process where it's going to be harder, or do I just? Well, I mean,
If you're
we've been in
living-
Civil
listen,
War
if you're living in the
before, and
line,
we've
you
won
overstay a
before,
visa.
or we just.
no, man. I think that if my exit strategy would probably help, you guys to come too, right? I mean, it wouldn't even stop. I would assume that, going to wherever it is like if the shit does hit the fan and there's a way out, I wouldn't see. I mean, I would not say guys don't come, right? I'd be like, yo, grab whatever you got to do.
I
Let's
wouldn't
get
even
the hell
ask
out of
you.
here.
Maybe
just going.
Sam will let me.
You would just be there,
move
right?
into his treehouse.
That's still in the U.S.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's in Jersey.
No, it's not.
Let me tell you right
That's
now,
that's in Sammyland. What are you talking about?
Samuel. I swear to God.
Where things don't exist.
Wally World, Sammy World. So what were you? What were you just talking about? Hold on.
I just want a boring life, and these people. I don't think I make it so goddamn interesting.
So we have some statistics.
Statistics. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's see.
We have some statistics here, right? And it's actually broken down in terms of gender and race and actually age groups.
Let me zoom in right now because I'm fucking old.
I zoomed in. Is that not enough?
No,
Well, on my screen, I have to look
Oh.
closer because I have like the quad window.
Well, this is showing. So this is showing from 2017 to 2023. So obviously not current, but almost current. We're off by a couple of years.
That's only
But-
two.
Hispanics had
There-
What does it mean net? What does it mean net gun ownership? Net of what? Okay, I see. So basically, we got more guns than ever.
More guns than ever. Although younger folks, it's interesting. They've gone
Oh,
down.
your folks went down.
Yeah, well,
22%.
but that makes sense, right? Because of what these people are growing up into, and they think everything is peace. It's like it's going
They
back.
don't think it's peace. They've grown up in school shooting at times.
That
Yeah,
could be
but-
why. If a lot of them grew
Yeah,
up. with
I think that's what it
their
is.
School
Like,
was
Yeah. Listen, more guns equals more
Yeah,
gun violence.
Look at the
Dude,
pandemic.
This is the
The
way it is.
pandemic, it's skyrocketed.
Right. That's
Because
when I
they
got
talk
mine.
about
Yeah, that's when I got mine.
boredom.
I
That's when I
bought
got mine as well.
mine. I got mine in my first one in 2012.
Mine was definitely before the pandemic. And I am left wing. Karl Marx was pro gun. Don't fucking remember, forget that.
From 1993 to 2023 is up 31%.
Why are there different colors? What are the different color bars mean?
Well,
I guess
it's-
for people that are
It's for
color
America.
challenged
It's the red,
it's
the
not-
white, the blue,
and the yellow.
yellow.
I remember ammo.
And and the other.
The other.
Yeah, but like, is there like at least a 2024 result? Like, did it go down or go up?
I don't know. We have to look for some current statistics, but I think I read somewhere that there's somewhere like I think it's like 32% of the total population. Or they don't know exactly because there's a lot of guns that are not registered, and that's not like an
Right.
illegal thing. It's just there's a lot of guns that are not registered that were inherited by someone like willing over that passed away, and then they have it in the house. Like this happened to my cousin recently where his father passed away and he just gave him the gun before he passed away, but he never registered it. It was just sitting in his house. So there's a lot of that going on too. So I
Right,
think it's
But
crazy
you
where
also
it's like-
have like, I mean, you're able to have a shotgun slash a or a long run, like like a AR-15
Well,
or
that's-
something, like
that's,
a
yeah,
you know,
you don't need a permit for it, but it's still
Right.
be registered. Yeah.
or you get the one from Don Julio and shit.
Yeah. But yeah, it's 500. It says somewhere 500 million. That sounds like a lot. But
Well, I
only
mean-
6
but-
million are registered. That sounds really low.
It's funny because there was a YouTuber, I think his name, like, I think it's called Off the Ranch or something like that, and he has
sounds better.
he has a safe that literally has like every single gun that you would want to like talk about, and he has like hundreds of guns, and it's a big vault that he has, and it's like, if something happens, he go downstairs and he has like his Rambo, bro, like Rambo. And just imagine how many people just have a small military.
You mean like Bert from Tremors?
Yes, just like that.
The fucking basement where the whole wall is like every gun imaginable, and he has a fucking elephant gun down there.
A fucking elephant gun. It's like, where you got this for? And it came in clutch.
It came in clutch the last second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the situation. Like,
There are people that are like that. There are collectors. There's people that have a huge collection of them, and yes, they do skew the numbers, but facts are facts, right? You could have 100 guns, but you can only shoot 1 or 2 at the same time. I mean,
unless you have 100 people.
unless you have 100 people, yeah. I mean, look, if the shit hits the fan and there's lawlessness and you have a bunch of friends come over your house, you can hand them out like candy. Here, like there's like a Snickers at Halloween. Here's a 45.
Can you trust your friends if it gets lawless, though, Lewis? Or are you gonna be paranoid? You'd be like, "Whoa, if I get my friend, maybe I'll shoot me in the back." That's what happens in those kind of lawless situations. Can you, like, yeah, you have 100 guns, but
I
do you
wasn't
trust?
questioning it until now, but
Since you brought it up now,
Lewis,
since you brought it up, why would I
Lewis,
need to
you can trust
worry
me,
about
Lewis.
that?
You can trust me, Lewis.
When survival comes, that's when you have to worry. Like, yeah, we're friends now, but what happens when we got one egg that's $10 an egg? Who's eating that
mean-
egg?
dude, did you see what they're doing in the city? They're selling 3 eggs for $3.
Was it buy one get one?
No, it's people can't afford eggs, so they instead of them selling the whole carton, they just split it up.
But it's act like eggs are expensive across the world. It's just the United States because of our fucking egg factory farming. Like, Canada egg prices are like 20% of what ours are. They're not expensive there. It's an American problem.
Right. Because it's the greed, corporate greed.
Yeah. Corporate factory farming.
Oh,
He saw it.
we got a visitor. He's joining the stream.
I can't be hasn't seen or not.
He's looking at you like, what's going on over there? Who are
He's
those
like,
people listening?
is this fucking stupid stream over yet?
Wugwound. All right. What's next?
So, but that's like, do you guys so nobody has an extra strategy other than Edric, I guess.
Nope.
I have a
Maybe not.
stand my ground strategy.
But do you guys are like, just like, listen, maybe I am crazy. I know we have another friend who's crazy in the other direction of me. You guys are not worried at all about what's happening?
I mean, there's a worry there, right? But is it cause for panic to like start
not saying
planning a life
panic.
somewhere else and
Well, I mean, but
a pod over to Europe? I mean, I'm not quite there yet.
I mean, I have my eye on the situation, right? And then just the pulse as things kind of start shifting and getting a little bit more worrisome, then that's when you would have to kind of take a look at it at a different direction. But right now, as of today, I have a lot of faith, and maybe that's not great, but that there will be the checks and balances which they're being ripped apart right now.
Why would you have faith in the checks and balances, though? For real.
You
I'm
just
only
reminded
hoping
me.
that
I should buy some
bunch of people
body
get
armor
killed.
for my arsenal. I should get body armor.
Hey, I think it's time to order another 3,000.
You know,
All right, gentlemen.
I'm kind of curious. Has ammo prices gone up?
You're not going anywhere,
I'm
Dave.
pulling the typical.
Where the fuck you
typical
going?
me. I'll get off, but
You
it's
came
only
in late,
because-
bitch. Where you going?
Yeah, I know, right?
2 minutes late. So fuck off.
2 minutes
It's
late.
my ass.
Yeah,
missed the
yeah.
It's like
pre-meeting.
Yoel time.
Yeah.
The pre-meeting doesn't start.
It
doesn't
counts.
count. It does not count.
It does count.
It does not
Oh
count.
my
Pre-meeting.
god!
First of all, I'm getting off because my laptop's about to fucking die, jackasses.
Plug that shit
I
in,
thought you were about to
motherfucker.
say it was on your lap and it was burning your balls. That would have been a more interesting story.
No,
All right, hot pants.
right here.
We're having
There
a good
it is.
conversation right now. Why are you
There's
killing it?
Rusty. Look at him. What's up, Mini Me?
Off from the go. I'm waiting for Miguel to notice.
Stop! You're exciting him.
You remind me of the meme where that's with Andrew Tate, where it's like, "What are you gonna do? Scissor the girl?"
Hey, be careful. Be careful how you speak
That's
speak about
Sammy's
him.
idol.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Peace out.
No way, he's still watching. Guys.
Peace out, yo.
All right, later.
I just spilled beer on the.
Now we're 3. We have a part.
Down to 3.
We have a part timer, and we have a no shower, and then we have a peanut gallery.
All right, now I'm kind of curious. What is the current price of ammo? Has it gone up? Is it more expensive? All right, so 1,000 rounds of 9mm brass.
But I mean,
Important.
what I say is like, how much ammo can you need? You can just take it off dead people if you really need that much.
Well, I mean, you have to have.
We don't
start
have
with something.
Scavenger perk. There's no scavenger perk here.
I mean, life is a scavenger perk.
Well, if they're dead out in the open, what are you gonna do? You can't go out in the open and get it.
That's true. I guess you're trying
All
to
right,
break
so
into your house.
1,000 rounds is 240.
That dropped.
Yeah, wasn't it 260?
It was 260.
Yeah. Or it says if you buy 2,
Well, there's no
it's
tariffs
230.
on domestic ammo.
Oh fuck! They're
How
on
much?
shock. Oh,
I want to go on the next buy. I'll go with you guys. I need buckshot and 9mm ammo.
that's
Yeah,
actually a
yeah.
really good price. Fuck.
Because I don't have any buckshot. I only have Magnum. I only have like Magnum ammo for my shotgun.
Let me see.
All right,
need
so
that
that's that
buckshot.
website. So that their usual and that's Winchester. That's the stuff I usually buy. How's 45? How's 45 ammo? Where we at? We've turned into guns and ammo stream. All right, so 500 rounds of 45 Winchester. Also out of stock.
What?
No, Ed. We might want to start thinking about buying ammo when this shit comes back in stock. That's really weird. It's out of stock.
Hold on.
Why
I'm
are people
looking.
buying
Well-
up ammo?
Why would they buy up ammo? It's weird. Why would they buy up
Hmm.
ammo?
I wonder.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I wonder.
I mean, it's not like I don't have ammo.
Yeah, right. I do too. Like I'm in the
Actually,
same
have
boat
we
as you.
even been since we last ordered?
Yeah, we've been.
we-
We've been.
We went pew pew after. No, I'm
Yeah.
talking about after the order, not before.
Yeah, of course. After the order, we went.
we did.
I'm ready to go again. I'm ready to go again.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We should. We got to do a.
Let's go.
So
clean
so-
my guns.
I didn't clean
So-
my guns
so-
last time either.
So the website that I'm on right now, 1,000 rounds, Winchester, Luger, right?
San
249.
Bernardino Winchester.
Is it in stock?
It is in stock.
Is this the SG is out? I'm gonna check the other one now.
That's what I'm on.
Right.
I'm on the other one. Yeah,
Okay. I don't want to give away our
And it-
sources.
yeah, and it's actually like $20 cheaper. It dropped.
Yeah, it's cheap. Like the other one, it's a little cheaper. It's like $20 less per 1,000, but it's just not in stock for some reason.
Look, I'm gonna post it in offline.
Okay, so
what was his reason? Oh, his laptop's dying.
remanufacturing. There's a lot of remanu. Why? Blazer. Where's 1,000 rounds shit? Am I blind?
Dude, I just posted it on the gram.
On the gram.
The gram.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
on the
I was
gram.
thinking Instagram, but it's
Is that an
Instagram.
exchangeogram from the 250? Okay. Yeah, it's 220 on the other site.
And that's
Target
why.
in
Sorry,
practice.
240.
Is that still worth?
It's
Is that still
230
anything for home
by
defense?
2. It's $10. What's that?
Is that target in practice ammo? Is that still good for self defense? I mean, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It's still good for.
Yes, it's fine. I mean, obviously, I have for home defense. I have a box of like hollow points.
Me too.
Well, I need
Which-
shotgun ammo for home defense because I'm
It's
not trying
only
to fucking
legal in
shoot
your
a
own
9
home for home
millimeter.
defense, though. You can't use that shit at the range. Yeah, I mean, the
First of all,
price
guys,
is
you
a
know
little
shotgun
cheaper.
is the home defense weapon. Why are you trying to stock up
If
with ammo?
if I had a way to securely keep it,
I should get one.
I would have one. But I the way I have my guns right now, it's really safe. The shotgun itself, I would want it reliable
If-
and getting it ready. So
If we order,
gun
you said
safe.
you want to get some. How many rounds would you want, Miguel?
Whatever you guys get, I'll split with you guys.
We usually just get like 1,000.
1,000 each, yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
cheaper. It's cheaper that way.
yeah, we
That's
just
fine.
go ahead and get like
Well, no, I want shotgun ammo. I don't care about 9 millimeter because.
Oh,
you have.
Well, no, I have. I have like 2 boxes. The fuck. I don't have a lot. But then I'm thinking like, if I had to settle it anyway, if I actually do flee the country, I don't need that ammo. can't bring
Give
it with
to
me.
us when you leave.
That's true. That's true. Give me fair market value, and you're good.
Like, I'm leaving the country here.
It'll probably be worth.
Defend yourselves.
It'll probably be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
ammo
can't-
has gotten a little cheaper. Interesting. All right. Nice to know. It is a little weird though. It's out of stock at this the one website we always get it from. It's strange. I mean, the other brands are in stock though. Just for some reason, Winchester is completely out of stock.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying a different brand because
Magtech. That's 16. It's a 1,600 round can, so it actually comes in the metal can.
Do you guys
And
want to take
that-
some courses at Gun for Hire? Yeah, well, whatever. We can say the name. I don't care.
yeah, I actually want to take the conceal course.
Pew,
I
pew.
took that, I think, a long time ago because I had my concealed carry license, but then it expired. It doesn't
Not
work-
for
doesn't
New,
work in
not, but not for New
Not for
Jersey.
New Jersey.
No,
That
no.
was before it was legal in New Jersey.
But I want to do that. Like that is something I keep saying I'm gonna do, and I never did it. But like I think I'm gonna actually do it this year. Like I'm
If
gonna
you
just
guys want to
do
do it, I'll do it with you because
Yeah,
honestly,
I mean I don't
in the
have to,
meantime,
I don't have to carry per se where I go, but it's just great to have that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I
Like
don't go
have that
anywhere,
option. Yeah, but I'm saying, but like an
Well,
option.
I think I'm proficient enough to pass the shooting portion, but the draw and reholstering is what I'll need practice on because I
I
haven't.
honestly have no
I've
idea
never
if I'm
done that
proficient or
before.
not.
The what?
I said I don't even know because I don't even own a holster.
Well,
I
that's what I
bought-
mean. I don't have experience holstering and unholstering.
No, I don't.
I
I actually have a holster. I bought one on Amazon, and
Yeah. Does it have RGB?
of course it freaking lights up right away. It goes in the dark.
I want an RGB holster.
Wait, is
goes-
it course? Is it Razor? Because fucking throw that shit out.
I have to update my firmware before I unholster.
Oh, wait,
It crashes. It
Gotta
crashes.
reboot.
It crashes.
God, they're putting synapse. Can shoot.
It's like, wait, don't shoot me yet. I gotta reload. I'm reloading. Hold
Wait,
on.
time out. Why? I gotta reload. Oh, my shit crashed.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. So who added iPhone 16e?
I actually added that there because, you know, I looked at the phone, right? And I think it's $599 for the phone itself.
So what is a 16e? Is this like a budget-friendly, smaller version of the?
I
regular
guess
16?
it's their SE replacement, right?
Right. Yeah. It's called special edition, but in reality, it's their budget friendly phone. But if you really look at it, it's great, right? On paper, it's an A18, but what they did do in this one, they're using their modem. They're using their C1 chip. So this is the first time they're getting away from Qualcomm, and they're going with their own proprietary chip. And the reasoning why I think is like, do we need it,
Qualcomm
right?
Sucks.
Well, besides that, but do we really need this type of phone, right? And in the price point, like if you're gonna
Not
come
for
with a
us.
cheap phone, yeah, but like really think about it. It's like a really cheap phone, but it's not for $600. That's a lot of money for a phone.
Well,
in the past, right? So
I mean,
just
it's
bring
one of the-
around
It's
in the
one of the cheapest
past.
ones now, right?
It is
they
the
used
cheapest
to have
phone.
I think the SC used to be like 500,
This is-
400.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It's $400. The SE was $400, and that was like an entry point, which people because it had the fingerprints,
And it was smaller.
Yeah.
Smaller.
Right.
People want mini phones, and this is like I was surprised they did not introduce like a new mini.
Well, they did that, right? They did
This is 6.1 inches.
Right, no. But this one, but they introduced the 12 mini, which was the original phone,
12.
small 12 mini. Like
We're on
iPhone
16
12.
now.
I know. Pause. They introduced it one year. It didn't.
Yeah.
It flopped. People did not buy it.
It didn't. Listen, flop versus
Everybody's broke ass now. They're broke buying eggs, so they need a cheap phone.
I can't buy a new phone. I need to buy eggs.
And 16E complements our last conversation quite nicely, actually. If you're spending all your money on guns and ammo, you need a smaller phone to fit in your pocket, so it's like not.
This is not small. It's not a small phone.
It's the smallest one though, out of all the 16s.
No, it's not. The Pro,
That's
the Pro. It's not what it is. It's a neutered
I gotta
phone.
look it up.
Instead of click on the link, dude.
So it's the size of the regular Pro. It's not even the size of their regular basic phone. So I don't know what this slots into. I don't understand.
Well,
this.
it has one. It has one camera. So so it doesn't have like
I want a big phone, but I want to let people know I can afford it.
It doesn't have something like this.
It's one lens.
It's one lens, and that's it. So it's like it's a cheaper. No, it's like one
Yeah.
camera. You get.
It's not their small. It's not their smallest screen. It's not.
Oh, is it the C1, the first custom cellular modem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is interesting to see how it really functions in real life. They say that they tested it over 180 carriers across the globe, but still not world. Because remember the iPhone 4 that they had to come out with the SE right away because if you hold the phone like this, you blocked your antenna.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Or the Samsung's exploding.
Well, that was just a feature that they had.
The bonus.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So nobody cares about the iPhone 16e.
No, I just thought it was funny. It's like the really
It's just, we're not
iPhone.
the market for that.
Right.
That's the thing. We're tech geeks.
Right. And it's like I just put it out there. I'm like what market it's gonna be. Like I could see like my grandma maybe using the phone, but like I would
If you bought
she
it
wants a
for her.
physical phone, but it would have to have the physical buttons. Like all this touchscreen stuff. Like I see my mom right now. It took
Get her
her
BlackBerry.
No, it took my mom. It took my mom such a long time to be able to understand how to use her iPhone 12 Pro, and you would see her like hitting the screen like this, hard as shit. She's like, "This phone sucks. It doesn't work." And then when she had the iPhone with the button, she would hit that button and it'll go straight to the home screen. But for her swiping up,
Yeah.
it took her a while to understand that. Now she's proficient, but before she wasn't.
Yeah. So you're learning coding, Miguel. And you're talking about the Odin project. What's this about?
I haven't. So that's what I was going to ask you guys. Do you guys have any programming experience, or you're just more hardware security side?
I've done light programming. I'm a little bit more proficient with web than I am with like C++ or anything else. Like HTML, CSS, like JavaScript, mainly because I've dealt with our company webpage. If you were to sit me down and put a gun to my head and I had to type it out manually, no shot. I don't I can't do it from scratch. I'm not that proficient at it, but I know enough to, if I see a web page and it's not displaying properly, I could probably look at the CSS coding of the HTML and kind of figure out what the issue is.
Wow.
So
I'm very good at copy and pasting.
yeah.
So, believe it or not, before I became an accountant, like when I was at NGIT with a scholarship, and I was going to be a programmer. Computer science was my first major.
I was about to say that's computer science.
Yes, and I quickly dropped out.
Why?
Well, I went from an all guys high school to a 8-to-1 like technical school, NGIT,
Okay.
and I was like, this is not for me. And my first computer science teacher seemed like an alcoholic. I don't know. It was just not. I was not prepared for it, and so was not interested.
So you're
And
trying to
so
say if you have kids, don't send them to all boys school, and then
I definitely think it's a mistake. But my point is, I always was interested in it, and then I just kind of like didn't have the patience. But now I'm like, oh, now I have
You
have
do have
accounting
to have a
background.
temperament. You need a temperament to do that shit, though.
Yeah. Well, but I'm just like, you know what? It's probably a good skill to pick up, and it would help me because, like, I guess if you have like an accounting background plus you have like a coding background, you do a lot with accounting software. I'm just trying to increase my ability to work remotely, to not have to go back to an office. That's my main thing.
And that in your field is like everybody like talks about Python being fantastic for finance and accounting, and a lot of specifically in the automation and stuff that it's capable of doing.
And I like working with big data sets.
GPT, I think it's 03. I think GPT 03 is actually very, very good at Python. Like it will build out an app for you and pretty much run with minimal to no errors. That's how proficient.
Yeah. Well, they say if you want to learn coding and programming, though, don't.
Yeah, you gotta learn it, because otherwise you're not gonna be able to check to know when it's wrong or how to fix it.
And my ADD also, I'm always looking for a new shit to get obsessed about and then drop. So this is my new obsession, I guess.
I'm the same way. I mean,
I
got into radio communications, and then
I stopped. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I got into radio communication. I have radios. I have antennas. I have the things for the computer, and I was playing around with it, and it kind of went from radio communications to signal analysis, because I thought signal analysis was fascinating when you can actually see the bars on the screen and all the different frequencies and what types of noises they do, especially in this area. It amazes me how much shit is in the fucking air because of how close in proximity we are to New York City.
Right.
Like there's so many signals that come out, and I'm pretty sure they're using repeaters on top of those buildings. So it's like there's so many different signals that are on there. So you see the waterfall, and you can see all the ones lighting up that are on there. It's like, oh, what's this one? What's that one? But yeah, it's like after a while, it's like, all right, there's only so many times I can hear police officers that are on non-encrypted channels. And since they're not on non-encrypted channels, it's not really important shit. Like they're like a drunk guy's on the street. Like you're not going to hear cool shit like a car chase or an armed robbery in progress. That's all going to be on encrypted channels. And most local places are now encrypted, so you're stuck with non-encrypted channels, which is mostly the fire departments. That's all you can hear. So it's like, outside of that, I kind of stopped. That was the part that plateaued for me.
I picked up woodworking during COVID, and I built a workbench. I built a little end table, and then it was like I picked the worst COVID hobby because then lumber prices skyrocketed. So it's like, well, this is a terrible hobby to pick up during fucking COVID.
Really.
So
well, I mean, at least with your new set skills that you have, if we do have to, you're handy. You're the handyman.
Listen, that shit's all
I need
about
a rocking chair, and now I know who to call.
Yeah, if you need somebody to sell you a sander, you got me, because that's what's gonna happen. Because I'm about to sell all that woodworking shit on on OfferUp or eBay, because I'm done with it. I'm not gonna use it again. I got like 2 gallons of wood glue that I don't need. I repaired like a little stool that broke, but that's about it.
Got some Gorilla Glue.
That's what you need.
I'll have
Or
real
get some Flex Seal.
But wood glue is amazing, by the way. Wood glue is awesome.
Especially when you you drill it out and make your own dowels and then sand it down with the glue in it. Yeah, it's good as new.
Look, this has nothing to do with your hobby, but I just came up with a quick article that came in here. It says after 29 years, a veteran Microsoft engineer admits MS-DOS could do graphics. The company opted not to go that route.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't understand.
To be honest, I don't understand it.
It did do graphics. What is he talking about?
I don't know.
Right,
Uh,
right. But it's the company opted for a lackluster UI as Windows 3.1 to already check missing the boxes. So you know how we went from MS-DOS, then Windows, and then when Windows 3.1 came out, that was like the greatest shit that was out there. It was just one of the great versions of its time.
Bless you.
They're just saying that
thank you.
because Microsoft went that direction of going through Windows and everything, the MS-DOS they didn't use MS-DOS for an example. MS-DOS as a layer uses less RAM than Windows, right?
Yes.
So that means it's like that's why a lot of people for Linux, right? When people will go play gaming on Linux, you could have a 16 gig unit, and then out of that 16 gig, you'll probably have a good 14 gigs for you to game on it. But if you go to Windows, you probably have a good what? You're lucky if you get 10 out of the 16 gigs.
Why do you think I upgraded to 128 gigs? It's all for Chrome.
Yeah, don't even start with that shit.
I'm kind of.
Have you guys thought about getting off of Google stuff?
Chrome
moving
is
to,
using
like-
5 gigs right now, and I barely have anything open. Yes, I have. I remember I tried DuckDuckGo for a little while. It was Edge, which is still Chromium based. I sometimes use it. It's okay.
So Firefox is not.
I haven't tried Firefox in a long time.
Do you guys use
I was
Password
using
Manager?
a what?
Password Manager.
Password
Yeah, I
Manager,
used it. I use that. Yeah,
I'll be honest, I don't.
I use
I have to have one. I have too many fucking accounts.
Yeah, so my browser that I like to use is Netscape.
Get the fuck out of here.
Which is Firefox. Come on. It's what Firefox became.
Well, Mozilla.
It was
Yeah,
Mozilla, yeah.
Yeah, Mozilla.
In fact, if you ever looked at the coding for the original Netscape, it would actually say Mozilla in it.
Yeah, I remember
That
that.
was the code name.
Yeah,
I remember. I think it was either. I think I remember. I've been a Costco member for a long time. I remember going to Costco and seeing the boxes for Netscape Communicator.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yes. To buy a browser, to buy a fucking browser software.
This reminds you of Microsoft Plus.
Do you guys remember Microsoft Bob?
Microsoft Bob.
Why does nobody remember this shit?
That sounds familiar.
Microsoft Bob was a Windows overlay. I guess it was like a kind of Windows. I guess I would describe it now as a Windows
It's kind of
skin.
off screen again, by the way.
Oh.
Or
It
turn
was
that
like
video.
I can't tell. It was like a Windows skin that instead of having the normal Windows interface, it was like you were in your house.
It was a GUI.
And you would put software on shelves, like books. Bro,
Wait,
Bob was
I
insane.
think I remember that.
I can't begin to explain to you, but Microsoft Bob was literally just a resource hog that was just a Windows overlay to make Windows seem more user friendly because it designed Windows was like your house. I
guys,
can't.
I wanted to give you some breaking news before we end the
breaking
podcast. AOL and support for Netscape. Just want to let you know.
You know,
I still have an AOL email address. I'm telling you now.
You do? I tried
that's
to
like
remember
the
mine.
spam
boomer
address.
thing to have in 2025 is to still have an AOL.
I don't
address.
pay for it. It's
Right.
Still, I don't
like
even
a
have-
spam email.
I haven't had an AOL address in like fucking 25 years plus.
I remember I had a username, and I'm not going to say it here, but I had a username for AOL, and then I shared it with my neighbor, across the street neighbor, and I used the AOL. You know how you had those free accounts like for 50 hours or whatever, 10 hours, and they expired. and he freaking took my name. Like it had just expired, and my dad
Wow.
my
What a
dad
dick
didn't
move.
pay for it. But then I just turned around and I told my dad, like, oh, I really want it. And then he said, all right, I'm gonna do it. I went to use my name, I didn't have it. And then when I got online, I messaged the person that did it, and I found out it was Paul across the street, Paulo. He freaking took my name, and I was
That
like,
rat
this
bastard.
asshole, bro.
I'm still mad I lost I was an Xbox Live beta tester. I was one of the original Xbox Live testers, and my screen name was The Surgeon. And I remember giving it up. I was like, I'm not paying for the subscription. And like, what? That's like the best fucking,
Yeah.
literally, no numbers, just The Surgeon. And I think I stole it from like a B movie, a horror movie. That was
So, yeah, no, I understand what you're saying because
Yeah.
I mean, having that name. So when Gmail first came out, right?
Mm.
If you look at my Gmail, it's my first name, middle, and last initial of my last name, no numbers, at gmail.com. And I remember I went to Micro Center, and I remember like I got it for my brother because my brother was in college. They were giving it to the college people for free, and he was able to invite people, and I was one of those people, and I have had it since then. And I went to Micro Center, and I purchased something. He's like, "Oh, what's your email address?" I gave it to him. He turned around and looked at me. He's like, "You must have had this for a while." I'm like, "Yeah, since it first came out. Like when like Gmail was thought of, I was like one of the first beta."
Invite only Gmail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Invite only Gmail.
And I had that.
Invite only Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah.
Back then it was called the Facebook.
Yeah.
Well,
The Facebook.
well, no, when it was the Facebook. I was like more MySpace.
Where's my MySpace at?
I fucking loved MySpace.
Remember
MySpace was the best.
you'd walk in, you had a theme for your room, you could put music in the background.
Top eight friends.
Yeah.
That was the best.
Yeah, but
early
towards the
internet.
end,
I'll never get.
it got way too cluttered with people putting in the copy and paste HTML coding with the animations and shit.
But everybody learned HTML from that shit. That was crazy.
No, they
Right,
didn't.
right,
They
but-
copied and pasted
Well,
it from engines.
that's-
They didn't learn it.
That's what people do with fucking ChatGPT now.
It is.
But
Come on,
but
that's what it is.
but imagine trying to log into MySpace, and I think at the time there was cable modem, right? Or no? I think it was in a cuff between DSL and cable modem was just not in every area.
Did people have DSL? I feel like did not last that long. It was either you
No.
went from dial-up to like
DSL was in
cable.
areas where the cable was not
Some
around.
places
Too
said
slow.
DSL. Yeah.
Well,
Wasn't
some
that common.
places for a long time, for like over a decade, was stuck with it. They like, I know my uncle in upstate New
Oh
York.
yeah.
He was stuck with it for like 12 years before cable finally was available. He used to always come down to my house, and he was just fascinated, like, holy shit, look how fast your internet is. I can't believe how fast it is. He goes, for me to download a song, it still takes a few minutes.
Yeah, so there was the DSL line is between 1 megabit per second to 100 megabits per second, which I don't know where the 100 would have come at.
Nah, on average, it was like maxing out at like 4 or 5, I think.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
My one early internet brag thing is I entered a internet sweepstakes. Do you guys remember US Robotics?
Yes, I had
Yeah.
their modems.
Yeah.
I won.
Not the iRobot one with Will Smith, the real US Robotics.
Yeah.
I won from US Robotics on an internet sweepstakes the original, one of the first 56K modems.
Ooh, wait, internal or external?
It was external. I won.
Oh,
It was an external modem. I remember it was like a $200, $300 retail value, but I won and they shipped it, and I literally received from some dumb internet sweepstakes an actual 56 fucking K dial-up modem.
Back
From
in the
US
day, that was
Robotics.
the shit. They're like, man, my 14.4 is so fucking slow. I'm upgrading.
Yeah, and I went.
And
I
that's
didn't have
just
28K. I went to 56K because I had US Robotics because I won that. I
would-
won an internet sweepstakes free guys. I won a contest, internet
went to-
contest.
I went from 14.4 to 33.6K, and I never had.
I forgot about 33.6.
I never had 56.
I had the 56. Remember, I had those Packer Bells, and every year,
33.6.
I found out how to say the computer. Well, Packer Bell was done like garbage, but like they would come out, they'll repair my computer, change out my motherboard. At one time, They upgraded my motherboard because the CPU that I had a bad issue, so they gave me one up with the MMX technology. Remember that?
MMX.
And
I
then
remember Pod Racer was the first game to use MMX technology.
Yeah, and then I remember that I got a brand new Packard Bell, and that one had a 56K modem. I had a 28.8 on mine, and Sears came in. They just gave me a new one because
Sears.
Yeah, I bought mine off of my neighbor.
I got mine from Caldor,
and he gave it to me such a good deal. My dad helped me pay for it. I got
it. What brand was your first computer? What was your first?
My first computer was it a Packard Bell? Yeah, no. My first computer was that 486 DX2.
No.
66 turbo that Lewis helped me build.
My guys, like mine was an NEC.
That was my first one that my father. Actually, no, my first one was the one my father built for his college thesis, which was an 8088 monochrome monitor, only 2 colors. It was a 10 megahertz CPU, 8088. No hard drive. They didn't exist back then. It had a
floppy.
It had a 5 1/4 and a 3.5 inch.
You could have been Mark Zuckerberg. You had the advantage of that early shit.
But you got to remember, this was well after, like, 486s were already out and like Pentium was already coming out. But this is what I learned on because he had this machine he built because he was in college like 10 years prior, back in the 80s, and he still had this thing in storage. I think at his parents' house, at my grandparents' house, and then he brought it here and he was using it for like the DOS version of Excel spreadsheets. And I remember the first time we got the free AOL disc, the 3.5 inch in the mail. Hey, get 10 free hours. And I never understood when you put the disc in and you type in setup.exe, why it wouldn't run. And he's like explaining to me like, well, we don't have a hard drive. It needs a hard drive to install and you can't run it off the floppy disk. And I didn't understand what a hard drive was back. And again, this is like
right.
This is before you and I were talking about computers. Yeah, this was like what 90.
Well, I mean, I'll give you a thing. I got into computers because of Lewis.
Yeah,
Lewis is the one that got me into this, and I just was so fascinated the way it worked, the way it put together. Lewis helped me build my first computer, and then after that, I just learned all my It's crazy. I'm older than him, and I learned more than him than I went to me going to school.
So did Chen, by the way. He ended up going to Rutgers for computer science, and then he became a programmer. But I remember his parents used to like give me free lunches at the Chinese store, and they're like, teach our son about computers. We want him to go to school for computers, and I'm like, you don't have to pay me for that. He's my friend. I'm going to teach him anyways. So it's like, but he ended up learning about him. He learned how to build them, just like Edric. But yeah, the second computer, and this was a storyline for the longest time. I wanted a Sega Saturn. Like we're talking like mid 90s. I wanted a Sega Saturn because at that point I only had like a Sega Genesis and an NES, and for the longest time I wanted a Sega Saturn. So one Christmas came up, and my parents were like, "Well, your father's been talking about getting a new computer to replace the one that you have now because it's too old. There's no hard drive, and it wasn't current. It was like 10 years old. It was ancient at that point." And I already knew about, okay, I can't install AOL, and I know friends are talking about AOL. So I had this conundrum. Do I want the Sega Saturn that I wanted for the longest freaking time that I kept reading gaming magazines about? Or do I tell them to build a new family computer that we all use? And I had because there was only enough money to build one or the other, right? Like you can only pick one. Mm-hmm. So I remember, I think my parents actually were surprised because they knew how bad I wanted the Sega Saturn. And I ended up opting to say, you know what, build a computer so we can all use it. And I floored them. They're like, what? And that was a 486 DX2, 33 megahertz with a turbo button to go to 66 megahertz, Windows 3.1. It was a 200 gig hard drive. I want to say 8 gigs or
no, not 200 gig. It was 200 megabytes.
No, it was a 200 meg.
200 meg. You said gig.
Oh, yeah, it's 200 megabytes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was 200 megs.
All right, so you said that now. If you had an opportunity today to buy a Sega Saturn, would you get it?
You mean if I did it all over again?
No. I'm talking about all right, you already did it, right? Like,
yeah.
You know how growing up, there were certain things that you would love to have, right? And then you have the opportunity to buy it today. And it's not about the graphics. It's not about anything.
It's to buy it because I wanted it in the past.
The nostalgia.
No, the thing is that it's nostalgia that I don't have because I never played it.
The right answer is like you could just emulate it.
Exactly. It's like what's the point?
So you're right. So Dave all of a sudden, Dave says that he's leaving because
I'm leaving. I'm going to sleep, guys.
I'm going to sleep, guys. Marvel Rivals.
All right. So before we wrap this up, I was going to segue into this final section about AI because this kind of piggybacks off of the last conversation we were having with Miguel about programming, and he was talking about his ADD, how he always have some kind of current obsession, and one of my current obsessions that I've gotten into just in this past week alone is AI, and more specifically is, you know how when you're watching YouTube videos and you watch one of a certain type and the algorithm gets you and it starts recommending videos over to you over and over again, the same subject matter?
Yeah.
So I have the same rabbit hole, but it comes to AI agents. And here's the thing, right? AI is nothing new, right? ChatGPT's been out for a couple of years now. AI agents has been all the rage that people have been talking about. They're like, this is the future of AI because ChatGPT, as good as it is, it's not true autonomous AI because it's prompt based. Every time you go into ChatGPT and you ask it for something, it's going to respond, but it can't follow up on its own. You got to keep responding to it.
Mhm.
So AI agents is something on a whole new, it's taking AI and it's just supercharging it. It's taking AI to the next level. So one of the things that and again, going down the rabbit hole, talking about all these different videos when it comes to AI. And let me share my screen real quick, so you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay. So this was the first video I found, and I want to say I was watching this last Sunday, maybe Monday, I don't know. And this is fascinating to me because this whole time I'm thinking, AI for the most part has been a lot of hype until I saw what AI agents is capable of. Because AI agents, I see skepticism on Miguel's face.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, and you're right, there is a lot of overhype about AI, but to me, this is, and this is the thing, I can't even say this is the future of AI because they're doing this type of shit today. And I'm not going to play through this whole thing. Obviously, this video is an hour and 17 minutes long. However, just to break this down, let me full screen it so it's a little easier to see. So the way this works is, right, this guy, he's explaining his video, and essentially what he's doing is he's breaking down the tasks into a hierarchy, right? And if I can get this stupid thing to give me what it's showing me in the scrubber, there it is. Can I jog? There. All right. So long story short, what he's doing is he's making an AI agent that is like the boss. It's like the director, right? He's then giving it another AI agent that's underneath it, and it's essentially delegating tasks, right? So he's opening up Telegram on his phone, and he's saying, doing the voice, look up flights to Brazil and send a Word document to my mother of the cheapest 3 flights on so and so date. It hands off the request, obviously, because it's got to translate it from one AI agent to the other to an agent that is capable of looking at the Google API to look up flights, because you can do that in the Google search engine. Find those flights, compare the prices, take the 3 top most cheapest flights to Brazil on the date that he specifies, copy everything about them, the price, the time that he's taking off, the time he's landing, and then it automatically emails it to his mother on its own. And it's breaking down this request because he has a communication director that's just in charge of receiving the message on Telegram, another one that is responsible for sending the text back to his mother. And then he has what's called a project manager you see at the bottom. That's the one that's doing the orchestration. That's the one that's going out to Google and it's actually executing what he's asking for. It's looking for the flight information and it's copying and pasting into a Google Doc and then it's sending that to his mother. Again, one example. Then you have other ones where it goes even deeper, where I've seen this can tie into the API for YouTube. It can tie into the API for other apps as well, like WhatsApp. It can do WhatsApp. It can do Slack. And it's capable of even going to a point where there are services that are out there that can automatically generate AI videos by you just uploading videos of yourself and with audio of your voice, where it can mimic you in a video and create content for you as if it's you talking. It's copying you.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It
Yeah.
sounds like a nightmare, right? But they're automating it with this. Like, think if you can clone yourself.
My problem with what you were saying when you were talking about, oh, it can go search for the cheapest flights. Like, is it searching for the cheapest flights, or is it giving you 3 flights that are actually expensive because you have no way to confirm that? Because now it's like the honey scandal, right? You think you're getting coupons, but really it's feeding you garbage because it has a back end deal with this. Like, that's my problem with, like, when they automate everything, like, then you have no insight into what the automation process is.
Well, you can argue about the logistics of the pricing, whether or not showing you the correct pricing or not. That's fine. But
Yeah.
you can always go to Google and search for the same flight and the same date and then confirm it. My point is that the automation behind this, where it is doing a multiple layers
Yes.
for your request, and then it's breaking it down depending on what it has to look up and what it's submitting, to me is a game changer, because you're not just talking about asking it something and then it spits something back out at you and that there's no follow-ups. Like, this has a capability of breaking this down to multiple sections and then it will do follow-ups for you. So, and this is where he really breaks it down. Like, you have the director, he breaks it up to, is it a communication thing? Is it a project, which is action items where it's actually doing lookups for certain functions, like grabbing data, pasting into a file, sends it back to the communication director. It's sending that information, whether it's text or through another person on Telegram or a Telegram group or WhatsApp or whatever. It's able to put it into a Google sheet if you want to store it for later, compare the prices. If they change over time, like you said, it can do that too. And it's able to break all these responsibilities up into these little agents. Now, he even explains in this video why it is broken up into multiple agents, is because you don't want to overload it with too much information that it's doing at the same time. So he breaks up each function. This way it doesn't clog up the data paths when it's looking up all these functions. So, but yeah, it's able to post this in Slack messages. It's able to go to LinkedIn and pull in profile information and can dump into a CRM for contact information about people. And again, all this is being done through, this is a Telegram, this is a WhatsApp group that he's in, and it's actually showing the information verbatim back to him in the actual chat with the bot. At the same time, it's able to attach it as a Word document or an email to whoever's requesting it.
So when are you setting this up?
So here's the thing. The back end to this, and a lot of these videos, it's a company called N8N.com. It has a free version, it has a paid subscription version, and there's also a downloadable version that you can store locally in a Docker container, and you can set it up locally. This way it's not in the cloud. You want to keep things private. My plan was to download and start experimenting with it this weekend, to be honest. Yeah, it's like the 10,000-yard view of his whole setup. And then he kind of breaks it down. The executive director, he's the one that figures out who he has to delegate all the different tasks to. And then it's essentially all workflows to all different parts and who has instructions to what. And here's the thing. So you're talking about programming. So programming can help with some of this stuff, but he's doing this through, like, you guys ever heard of Zapier?
No.
You ever heard of Zapier.com? I use it at work. It helps automation. Zapier integrates with like 7,000 plus applications out there. Like almost every SaaS product you can think of, Gmail, LinkedIn, Slack, Telegram, Salesforce, like you name it, they have an app for it. It allows you to connect all those applications to move data in and out between those applications so they can all talk to each other. That's what it's mainly for. You don't need to know coding to use it. It's very little. It's like no code, low code is what it's called. So you don't really need to know coding. However, these guys are going into this because they're saying with this platform, you can do no code, low code, or if you want more control over it, you can develop it all yourself, soup to nuts, if you know the programming languages, and you're able to have more control over everything. So to me, this is the game changer in AI. If they figure out how to automate this stuff where you really don't need to know any coding, like a research manager, like if you're trying to research shit.
Yeah, but then you also, I love how when they sell it, like having a, AI is not going to replace jobs. Today doesn't yet.
Who says that? That's the goal. Replace every job.
No, I understand 100%. So 100%.
This guy's whole premise right here, I don't want to go too loud, is exactly what he did.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah.
You don't hear him?
No.
And it's frozen the screen.
Let me stop sharing. Oh, maybe because I changed screens. That's probably why. Here it is. You see it?
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Let me lower the volume.
How's the volume? Was my startup team.
Yeah.
We were 9 people in total. But this year, we're only 4 people left. I replaced more than half of my team with AI agents.
So that's what he's talking about.
I'll show you how you can create your own AI startup team. Yes, you can do this without
this guy's video production
code.
is phenomenal.
Every business is going to have a
I'm ready to throw up.
their customers can talk to them.
Agents will begin to deliver on hype. I got to tell you, Katie,
The opportunity for agents is gigantic. As we
AI agents are AI systems that can do work for you.
Hundreds of millions and billions of different AI agents. Billions of different AI agents.
Whether you think this is good or bad,
He looks
AI
like
agents are
an
here.
AI body.
You
It's
can be
so
certain
weird.
that they're here to stay.
He is.
Millions of jobs worldwide.
Yeah, it looks
will be
unnatural
replaced
to me.
by AI agents. And thousands of tech companies.
He's
and
green.
small
He's actually
startups
green
will
screening.
reduce
There's
their
green screen
headcount
behind him.
and their
And
dependency.
he used
That's
Blender
not
to
his
make
body.
bots.
It's very likely that startup founders, just like myself, can go back to basics and become a solopreneur,
So in any case,
running everything as a one-man business.
Fast
reducing
forward.
the
So this is
output.
what we were just talking about.
Fortunately, OpenAI has made this
ChatGPT. This is the problem with
incredibly easy
ChatGPT
for
right
us. We can just ask
It's still playing.
ChatGPT to generate some
What?
content,
Never
right? Hey ChatGPT, can you create a banger
guys can hear
post
him?
about SaaS
Yeah.
and entrepreneurship for me, please?
Sure, how about this? Exciting times in the world of SaaS and entrepreneurship. Every day presents new opportunities to innovate and lead in this dynamic industry.
That's not something I would post. Try again, please.
Okay, how about this? Feeling grateful for the amazing journey of SaaS and entrepreneurship? Here's to more coffee-fueled brainstorms and chasing dreams.
That's really techy and lame. And what's up with all the emojis? No.
All right, I got you. Leveraging and utilizing synergies in the existing realm of SaaS.
You know what? Thank you. This is not gonna work. So it turns out we cannot just ask ChatGPT to create content for us and expect it to create anything of good quality. And many people who try this will stop here. They'll conclude that AI is bad, it's generic, poor, completely lacking substance, and so on. But let's just back up for a second and compare this to hiring a new employee. If you hired a content writer and you gave them no onboarding, access to no brand guidelines, no initial instructions, and just asked them to create a post about some topic, how do you think they do? do you think you would magically be happy with their first results? Or would you expect them to first learn about your brand, your core values, your style of writing, and the history of your company, and then start delivering good results? Because that's exactly what we need to do to prepare our AI agent. Now, I've seen many different approaches.
So he's talking about employees and replacing employees about it, but you have to look deeper into this and not look at it as replacing employees. Can it replace employees? Yes, right? But the part that he's getting into is ChatGPT. Most people don't know this, but on the back end, you can create your own GPTs in the platform. You can go on the back end, create your GPT, and then create conditions on the back end with pre-formatted conditions of how you want it to react, how you want to do responses, how you want to do specific research. So, for example, if you want it to do content creation for you, what he just showed as a primary example of it sometimes becoming generic. It starts sounding the same over and over again when it's putting these word salads together that is saying a lot without saying anything at all. So he's like, if you train it to say, give it like a download of your 50 most recent posts, it'll start to learn how you talk and how you construct your sentences and the things that you post. And if you could have it learn off of that, it'll actually give you better responses moving forward. So it's not specific to any particular job, but it is anything you're using in ChatGPT. That's the point he's trying to get across. So here he kind of goes into that where he's talking about fine-tuning the model, going in the back end, giving it examples, pasting it, having it learn off of there. And then it's kind of like this feedback loop where he's going back and forth. I know there's a little bit of coding here for the responses, but it's not. It's just the way it formats the post. It's not really coding per se. And then he gets a little deeper into the weeds with this after he gets done doing all that in the back end.
About SaaS and entrepreneurship.
Okay, let me see. I was failing SaaS until I finally understood this. Your team should be remote. You should work async. Taking VC money is your best bet.
Awesome. That sounds exactly like my way of writing. Love it. Wait a minute. What was that last line?
Taking VC money is your best bet?
No. We can't have that. I'm all about bootstrapped startups. So we can't have that thing with VC money.
Ah, okay. Got it. How about this one? I was failing SaaS until I finally understood this. The easiest way to create a bootstrapped SaaS is using cloud tools like Vercel or Netlify.
No, absolutely not. You sound like me, okay? But you're saying things I would never say.
So in any case, the whole point is that the AI agents, and you can even have one doing Python writing, programming, whatever it is in the back end, and each and every one would have its own response where it's actually able to automate a lot of things that you're doing. That's my point.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see when you have a model. We don't have to do this on a podcast, obviously.
No.
But a model up just to mess with it.
Okay. Anyway,
Anyways,
guys,
we're gonna.
that was a lot of fun. Now it's time. We will continue this discussion, maybe next week.
Maybe. I'm probably gonna need more than a week. It's gonna be a lot of experimenting.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Anyway.
at this point, we could just take the stuff from. We could take Yoel's machine. He's not using it, and probably we could use that for some AIs to work, and see the 14K series burn up.
We need the 4090.
Huh? What's that? He doesn't even have that.
Ed, what'd you do? You stopped, and your video is like.
Yeah, I did something really retarded in the background, and it's consuming my GPU and CPU right now.
Oh,
All right.
Okay. Probably watching porn, but I digress.
Da Vinci,
All right, guys.
Da
That's
Vinci in
it.
the background.
Till next time. Everybody have a
Till
good
next
night.
time.
Be safe.
See
We
you.
will see you next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Peace out, everybody.
See ya.
Later.